Don't look down. Don't look down.
Eat a dick. You're all backstage.
Gosh, Sai, you're such a baby. All that you had to do was hit go live, and it would have stopped it. It would have just played instantly. You wouldn't have even heard us.
Your cat is very aggressive.
He's being such an ass. He put a hole in this shirt. This is the first time I've worn this shirt, and he tried from the ground. I was standing. He tried from the ground to jump onto my shoulder.
It's a
Claws out.
Got there. Be ashamed of someone. Schnicker schnack.
I know, right? This is my ADHD and D shirt. This is my rule for concentration. And this one tried to kill it. He's like, hello everybody. Hi, I don't, what are we doing here?
Big-eyed cat.
He's staring at himself.
I am very impressed.
He sees himself on the screen and is like, huh, that's what I look like.
Shae,
yeah, he's
you just opened yourself up to a joke. I'm not making.
Anyway, how's everybody
Shae,
doing?
How you doing? No, you shut up. How you doing, Shae?
Ew. Well, I was
you're
doing
first.
fine until you started to be a douche. No, I'm doing good.
So it's a day that ends in Y?
Yeah, pretty much. My birthday's in 2 days.
Yay!
I'm so excited. My birthday gift to myself is I am done with work for the week at my main job. So yay, I get to...
Sounds like a good gift.
Every year. It's great.
Your other birthday gift to yourself is the day after your birthday.
Yes, and then we're going to Ren Fair. So
Yes.
I'm super stoked. We're going to the Maryland Ren Fair for the first time for me, which is crazy because I've lived here for a very long time, and it's one of the biggest in the country.
Very nice.
And I haven't.
That's cool.
I've never been.
Yes, and
I've actually
definitely the
never been
first
to a
time
Ren
for me.
Fair either. I was supposed to go to the Ren
really?
Fair with some friends and my ex-wife when I lived in New Hampshire, and it got rained out. So I never got a chance to go to a Ren Fair, but
That is sad.
a lot of fun.
So I think
Would love
what you're
to take,
saying is
Feline and go to a Ren Fair.
I think what you're saying is next year around this same time frame, y'all are gonna
grab
come
my
up
beautiful
here.
lady. Yeah.
Yeah. I just put together the guest bed. The whole like bed in a box thing that you unzip and it like boom instantly. Damn near threw me against the wall because they expand very quickly. But yeah, I've got
like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
it's not too bad, but if you like have it propped up and then slice down the bag and it inflates, it gets very cumbersome very quickly. But yeah, so I'm excited. I think that we should definitely go next year. That'll be my last year that I'm here for it. So
Speaking of
make a plan.
Speaking
There
of
you go.
rained out Ren fairs, it even happens out here, believe it or not, in Arizona. There's been
I
3
believe
years
it.
where I went, and because they always do it in monsoon season, because they're smart.
Yeah, it's like
Wait,
you have
you guys
literally
get rain out there in the desert?
I live by where they form. We get monsoons that form right on in the Superstition Mountain caldera, and then they move out and go. So I get to watch the storms kind of form in a way. Not all of them, but some of them.
But that's a hell
The
of a
thing
thing to watch
that's-
fly across the
Pretty cool.
fucking desert.
the thing that's crazy is they literally have the rest of the year that they could do this, and they're like, "This is a good time." You're like, "Bro," like. Now, granted, I get not doing it in the middle of summer because it's like 110 degrees. Like, okay, yeah, you don't want heat stroke, but like,
It's in spring.
in all honesty, Arizona would be fine in like the winter springtime to have a Ren fair because it's like, yeah, it gets cold, but like chilly Ren fairs aren't terrible. Especially with all the leather that most people are wearing, like,
I mean,
actually kind
I
of
imagine
nice.
that would probably make them a lot more comfortable.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why we waited until this weekend to do it. Other than Shae's birthday, is the later in the season, the cooler it's going to be. I put the weather forecast in the chat for what it's going to be. A high of 72, 5-mile-an-hour breeze, 4% chance of rain.
it's like,
Makes sense.
like
to me.
I'd
rather be.
I could handle it
comfortable.
being a little cooler, and it would be absolutely perfect because I
Yeah.
plan on wearing a lot of like leather and cloaks and shit
If
like
it
that.
were like
so it would be,
a high of 65, that would be perfect.
that would have been perfect, yeah. But just because it says it's a high, that doesn't
I could
mean
even
that
go
it's gonna get
as
that.
low as like the upper 50s.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I also like
So-
cold weather.
I went.
I
well,
love cold weather.
The cold in Florida kind of it insulates you from other colds in other parts of the country because it was 51 degrees here today when I went out to the store in shorts, slides, and a t-shirt, and I was fine. Then again, I used to shovel snow in the Pacific Northwest in shorts, so it's because cold in Florida is so wet it rips through you. Cold in other parts of the U.S. The humidity is much lower, oddly enough.
Yeah,
even
the
while it's
humidity in
fucking
Florida
snowing.
makes the cold kind of bite right through all those
Yeah,
layers that you
exactly.
put on.
It's
Yeah.
like super
This
cold.
is why cold in like Utah, Colorado area is like perfect because it's super dry cold. So if you don't bundle up, your ass is gonna feel it. But if you're bundled, you're just like this little insulated like heat cushion that goes out into the frigid, and it's such a nice like dichotomy between the two. I love it. I absolutely love it.
There's a frost advisory tonight for me.
Yeah, it's been getting cold. Like I went into work and almost like died because I wasn't expecting it to be cold. So I like go in and I was like, oh, I'll just take this little thing and just threw it on and went into work and was like, holy shit, I'm freezing. Where's my blanket? Like I have to keep a blanket in my office because I sit under a vent. And the way that my building is made, the center of the building is where the AC unit is, and then it pushes it out to the ends of the building. My office is right in the center of the building, so I get the concentrated cold when the offices at the end complain that it's too warm. And so I get like the pure before it's pushed all the way down, and so it just like it's an icebox in my office. But yeah,
It was slightly chilly outside when I had to go run errands, and I was like, oh, this is nice. I could deal with this all the time.
yeah,
Florida heat.
yeah.
That's so funny, Froggy. So funny. Shae, am I making you stew this weekend for cold weather coming up?
No,
I could change your oil again.
Probably, yeah.
While the stew's going,
Yeah.
It is definitely chilly weather, Frog G, for sure.
It is. Oh my gosh! And I let
ching. See, Feline gets it.
my first batch of chili was terrible. I have to toss it.
I haven't made chili in a while.
Our
Feline?
first batch,
Baby, I think we need to make some chili when I come up there.
our
Just
first batch of stew wasn't great either because I was out, changing Shae's oil, and Shae came out to help me instead of either of us staying inside to stir the stew, and things happened.
Good job. Fucked up the stew.
Yeah. Shae saved
I
it
still
though,
ate
with
it.
all of her fucking bougie spices. It tasted great. It
Already
just
ready,
didn't
baby,
taste the
yeah.
same.
Bougie
Yeah,
spices.
I had because I had to.
Saffron in there.
No, I didn't have
just kidding.
saffron. There's no way I was gonna waste saffron on that.
Spices.
No, I ended up because we burnt the barley, and so And then, so not only, like, if you burn the barley, that's one thing. If you burn the barley and then panic and stir, that's when you really fuck it up.
Yeah, because now everything tastes like burnt barley. Good job.
The second, so, but there's still ways to fix it. There's still ways to fix it. You can add in a bunch of, like, the Italian seasonings help to neutralize a lot of that burnt flavor. Adding, like, leaning into the smoky, I added smoky paprika. And a lot of that helped take it didn't taste burnt. It tasted intentionally smoky.
Tastes like you intentionally made it too smoky.
Yeah, it wasn't at all. It was very like
that still sounds awful.
It was definitely okay.
Oh no, I ate it the whole time.
It sounds like you made it possibly edible.
I am.
Oh
I am
no, it was so good.
I have had to eat burnt stew before, back when somebody, not Shae, did not stir when leafy celery decided to burn on the bottom.
Celery burn is bad too.
And I had to make that edible by adding white vinegar to it, which is one of the other ways you take the burnt taste out of a beef stew, a tomato based. But then
it tastes like vinegar.
Yes, it did.
So you have to vinegar, decide what's better.
The vinegar, the acidicness of the vinegar was fighting with the acidicness that is the base of the stew, which is fucking stewed tomatoes and crushed tomatoes. And so it was a lot of fun. But anyway, we're gonna do better this year. We're gonna do better. That was our fuck up.
We already got the bad ones out of the way. So now everything after this will be good. Woodrow won't take away my cooking card. Be like, what? You never get to do this.
I don't have that right, but I'll just judge
you.
No,
shut up, Woodrow. Yes, you do. Woodrow won't sit there and silently judge me.
Your avatar says different.
Yeah. Why are you putting this ball right here? It's very bad. You making my ancestors cry.
Emotional damage.
Have you guys ever watched Uncle Roger?
Yes.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
Yeah, Uncle Roger's awesome.
What's funny is you asked us that question last season before we started talking about Uncle Roger.
Wow.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So, Woodrow, how are you doing?
Doing good. I did my first streamy stream today.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it went too bad.
It was good.
I forgot my intermission, but other than that, it went pretty well.
It's good stuff.
Hey, you always have an intermission. Nice.
Since both good stuffs were there. It was good stuff. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, good stuff.
Oh, Shae.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Me and the missus were there as well.
I know. I saw all of you. I lurked. Feline,
you lurked but didn't say nothing. All right,
I dropped a like and just listened to it for a while. Feline, I completely disagree with your choice of sauerkraut and mustard. Anyway.
That's okay. Everybody's allowed to be wrong.
Shae, congrats on selling a second tote on the secret tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the taco and the burger are both done. The burger and the taco.
So ramen and ice cream are left.
Ramen and ice cream are what's left, people. Look how cool they are. Go get yourself one of these. Go to the Good Stuff campaign. Get yourself a pretty awesome wine tote. Why not? They're super awesome.
Leather wine tote. Hand painted.
Listen, get yourself a cookbook, get yourself a cutting board, get yourself a wine tote, and get completely fucking set up. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
and if you do all that, you'll get a bookmark that I drew. So I mean, it's win fucking win all the way around.
You can add Feline's cutting board to like any of the tiers. Right? So look, you go on back the wine tote tier, which gets you a cookbook and the wine tote. You add on Feline's cutting board, and then you know what? You turn around, you go and get yourself the fucking apron and the little hat. You ready to grill?
You got all the good stuff.
You got everything.
And if you're feeling really frisky, you can have Feline customize the cutting board for you.
Accurate.
You want your name on the cutting board? You want your logo on the cutting board? Well, all you got to do is send a little bit of extra dosh to the good stuffs, and it'll go to Feline directly. And then you contact her, get your logo or your name put on the cutting board. I believe our good buddy Shadowhawk has done that and getting his logo put on the cutting board.
Nice. See, if I do that though, that'll be my bougie cutting board that would only have charcuterie on it, and I would never cut on it. I'd just be like, "Oh yeah, look how pretty this food is."
Shae'd be like, "We are using the back so that I can sand it if anything ever happens to it."
Someone's like, I need a cutting board. I'm like, you fucking touch that one, I'm going to cut your finger off. Go touch any of the other 5 I have, but don't touch that one.
Yeah, it becomes kind of a collector's item at that point. I mean, they're pretty fucking beautiful as it is.
They are. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they're a good size. Like, I thought, for whatever reason, when I was looking at the dimension, I thought they were small.
No.
Like, because in my brain, I was like, 12 by 8 isn't that big. And then I looked at the ones that I have, and I looked at, like, people holding that cut. And I was like, oh, no, that's a good size. That's like in your brain, how you have 2 different, like, foot measurements. You have a foot that's, like, small, and you have a foot that's, like, bigger in your head, just the way that your brain thinks of it. That's the bigger sized foot. That's not the smaller sized foot.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a good size cutting board. You know, you can do all kinds of stuff with that cutting board. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I agree with the Froggist of the Geist. Feline makes great stuff. Yes, you do. And this is just the beginning. She got all kinds of stuff coming out.
I'm going to get the cutting board and drill some holes in it, and it's going to be a paddle.
No, you're not.
You can do that.
I mean, you can totally do that.
No, they can't. No, they can't. Stop encouraging this, because you know what that paddle's going to try to go be used for, and then I'm going to have to hurt somebody.
just do your Aikido skills and punch through it, and then they won't ever try.
Yeah, because that's what Aikido taught me, was to punch through a chopping board.
Well, grab the board and break its wrist.
Okay, there we go. I'll break the board.
Or the person trying to use the cutting board as a paddle.
Use the cutting board's weight against it. Do a judo throw.
Exactly. It's totally fine. All of these are great suggestions.
So I don't know if you see this in the chat there, but Feline is going to have paddle boards. So you can get a custom-made paddle board with the recipient's name already engraved on it. I'm just saying.
Feline,
nice.
Feline, you are not to sell one to this bitch. If this bitch hits you up for buying one, you let me know, and I'll.
And then you sell it to Shae instead.
I'll top the price. It'll be fine.
See?
That bitch can get one.
Hey, baby, you can start a bidding war between them. Yeah. Yeah. That is a chat that I could have done without reading, Sai. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't like
more than usual.
Woodrow, how are you?
We already said that.
We didn't. We said it for Luke.
No.
We did?
No, we did it for Woodrow.
We did. Did we do it for Woodrow? I don't know.
What the fuck?
Luke, how are you?
I'm like,
I'm good. I've got scotch.
Shae's
I'm
gone.
going to see my girl on Sunday. I'm good. The only thing that's shitty is that I have to replace a faucet on Friday. But other than that, I'm good.
Solid.
Finishing up commissions. Finishing up Mercenary Guild.
So how did everything come through with the 2 storms for you?
We were out of power for a couple of days. So, I mean, it's as far as in the grand scheme of things. No damage, just a bunch of debris. Cars are okay. The house is okay.
Very good.
Just without power. We got a couple of dehumidifiers, and it is ridiculous how much moisture they have been pulling out of the back room and the main living room. It's fucking ridiculous.
Here's a funny story. And that leads me into why I was asking, because a lot of people did have damage. Shae, the vape place in Tampa Bay that I ordered my vape from, I'm like, what? I ordered it Saturday. Why the fuck hasn't it come yet? I know Monday was a holiday. I called them this afternoon. He's like, yeah, the strip mall we're in, half our roof is gone.
We kind of got fucked up in the storm, so...
but he put it in the mail today, so...
Oh, nice. So it'll get there.
There you go.
No, it'll get to you.
It's coming to me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and that was my concern, because if they wait too long to mail it, not only will I be out of vape, but it'll be going in the wrong direction. So it's 3-day shipping, Tuesday to Friday, and even if not Friday, Saturday. So I'll still be there.
Anybody else hearing Ministry's Just One Fix playing in the background now? No? Just me?
Just you.
Never trust a junkie. Just
just to
I'm gonna rip
Just
the
to
roof
address
off your
it.
liquor store, Luke.
stop it.
I got multiple liquor stores. So go ahead, bitch. I don't give a shit.
Go, Shae.
I'm sorry, I'm fighting with the cat who is also trying to
I
claw
thought
me.
you were raising your arm to.
No, I'm trying to keep my arm away from him because when I put my arm down to use my mouse, he keeps on trying to claw me. So just to address it, we obviously are down a sketchyraven. She's hanging out with family this week, so we won't have her, but that's okay because we're ready to rock and roll.
We won't have her butt.
We won't have her butt. We won't have her front or her butt.
It's like living with a 6-year-old.
I know, right?
Do turtles have a butt?
Of course they do.
Or is it just all the rear backside of the shell?
That is the butt.
Oh, wait, okay.
They have a tail.
Do they?
Yes! Turtles have a fucking tail! What the fuck?
Woodrow, does that race in your world have a tail?
Jesus Christ.
That's
not like
crazy.
a long tail, but like
they're short little stubby tails.
They're almost like our tails. The tail we had at one point, that we got the little, what do they call it? Something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Vestigial tail?
Yeah.
I don't believe in that flat Earth shit.
Oh my god.
You are a fish. Deep down inside, you are a fish.
That must be why I'm a water sign.
Oh my gosh. Woodrow.
Woodrow.
Ready to...
Over to you.
All right.
Live there, die there.
Oh my god.
All right. Gotta let that out. Get that out of the system.
Apparently.
That's like a really bad case of gas or something. You're like, sorry about that. I just, you ate some of that ramen. That's what it was. You ate some of the ramen from the ad.
A song from Death Clock's Mermaider, and
nice.
Talking about
like
going back to the water, live there, die there. Yeah, that's a deep cut from Adult Swim. I know. I'm all alone. It's okay.
Good times. No, you're not alone.
Yep.
You're not alone.
I will never forgive Adult Swim for canceling that show.
Yeah. Good stuff. That was a good one. But okay, let's center myself. All right. Last time on Dice Dames and Dudes, Motoko got everyone into Ultraviolet, a nightclub run by a local street gang called the Neon Kings. Infiltration was easy. The group set up around the club with clear sight of their target. Shelley made a powerful sedative, and Astrid used her sleight of hand to spike their target's drinks, only to have their target Florian ride the sedative like a party drug. Motoko and Astrid caught his attention and got their hands on his rig before the show went south. Gang members started having a shootout in the club and killed several patrons. Florian wore an arcane amulet that turned the dead bodies into animated zombies. The party used the chaos to escape, but not before Astrid and Vidar appeared on the Neon King's radar through the camera system, but Motoko deleted the camera files and her digital footprint as best she could before escaping with her party. So that's where we last left off. The club was erupting into chaos as gunfire starts to break out. Zombies get raised from the dead and start to grab people near them, and more of the gang members sort of get caught in that gunfight. And then you see Florian is being escorted out by his people. He had those bodyguards with him that you guys encountered, and they're sort of escorting him out.
What about the dead one?
The dead one? Well, yeah, would be dead. I
just wondered if they revived him or did anything with him.
The gnome isn't going to heal him, and they're mercenaries, and the shit that's going on, they're going to get their payday out. They're not necessarily going to worry about a mercenary who signed up knowing what he's getting into and the dangers. So he's probably dead.
I thought
he knew what this was.
No. Didn't the bar worker guys go and try and help him?
Yeah, but they don't have any medical thing, so he has to roll his death saves. They don't have a medical knowledge. Oh, 19, so that's one success. Let's see if he's dead. Let's see.
Let's see if he died.
Okay.
Wow.
7, so that's a fail. So 2 successes, 1 fail. a 10. I think a 10 counts as a success in death save, so that means he's technically alive, but he's not doing good, and he probably got taken in by probably in a hospital somewhere. Got checked into a hospital, and
Nice.
Motoko knows who they are, at least their mercenary names that they were using.
10 is also a fail, by the way.
In death saves?
Yeah, 1 through 10 is a fail. 11 through 20 is a success. It's a 50.
Okay, then yeah, then never mind. He's dead.
Nice.
Well, that's one less asshole I have to worry about coming after me.
The reason,
I have to roll another one, but I don't care.
The reason I looked it up is because I was curious if Vidar was technically a killer at this point. And yeah, we have our answer.
Yeah.
Wait, you said you'd have to roll one more?
Technically,
me.
because that was
I just rolled a
19, 10.
No,
So
he
then
died.
So
that would-
2 and 2, and then
He died.
That would make him alive, but I would have to roll it because that's an NPC. You wouldn't roll for him.
I know. I was just rolling just because you didn't want to.
I just lost another number off my D20.
5 is a
Those
fail,
are
so
not
that's-
well-made D20s.
They roll amazing, though.
So 5
Right
means
until the
he's dead.
numbers come off.
Okay, so he's dead.
Yeah,
Cool.
he's dead. It says 19,
he's
19,
dead.
7, 10, 5. So yeah, he's dead.
Woodrow didn't want to worry about it, so he's like, yeah, I declare him dead.
At that moment, yeah, but then I was like, I kind of want to see.
And
But
trust me,
wait. Let's try.
Just
trust
wait.
me,
Oh,
a
fine.
dead mercenary is the least of Vidar's concerns.
Yeah.
Just wait, Luke. It's going to be like last season. He's going to have a twin.
I'm not gonna do that again. At least not yet.
Then he may meet the same fate if he
Wait, did you-
decides to get
did-
in Vidar's way.
Did we take his skull this time?
No.
No.
Damn
We
it.
No one took
nothing.
anything. You guys got out of there except the rig. You took the rig.
We got the fuck out of there, and Vidar and I both got made as people who are potential troublemakers. So
Yeah, potential troublemakers. Yep. And you got labeled as an esoteric in their files, is how they label magic users.
Oops.
But that got deleted, so now it's all word of mouth. So
Yeah, so
there
it's
is
really just
that.
a bunch of rumors.
You're just an underground legend at this point.
That's actually
So
kind of
then-
fucking awesome.
and you already had a little bit of underground legend because that's how Mez found you. Mez found you like because the shit you do in around the city, stealing and stuff. Every now and then there's a security camera that picks you up. You can't always remain invisible. So
Of course not.
No.
Well, and every now and then Astrid gets a little bit overly emotional considering her race, and I'm sure she does some stupid shit out in the open every once in a while when somebody pisses her off, like, I don't know, taking a leg from somebody.
and then
Middle
so
of the day.
essentially, the way you guys split up, from the way I understand it, is Motoko, you came on your bike, so you take your bike off on your own, and Vidar and Astrid, you're getting rides back to your places by Shelly. For the night to lay low for the rest of the night until the next day comes around, essentially. If there's anything you want to do in the night before that happens, let me know, by all means. But if not, we can sort of just kind of move on to that after this next thing happens. But Motoko,
One thing I want to do, since I have the rig, is put it in a Faraday cage.
it's already technically got a. Oh, you mean you want to like buy a Faraday cage and put it in one on top? Because
Yeah.
it has the Faraday program, so it already, as long as that program's running, it can't be tracked by outside, like by picking up its signal.
Right.
And you
I want to
have,
make sure that the owner doesn't have a backdoor or tracking device or any kind of
Got you.
signal that can get off of it.
So go ahead and add Faraday bag to your sheet, and you make a stop by some electronics store and pick one up, and it's only 100 gold.
Okay. I'd just rather be safe than sorry. So
Yeah. These are like made for like laptops and stuff, but you slide the 2 rig panels from his belt on there and close it up, and it's just extra protection, no problem. And then also, you don't get this Motoko because this was from you were doing the job to sort of figure out what happened and to help pay off the debt. But Vidar and Astrid, you both get. So does Shelly, but she's not here. We'll have to remember to tell her. I'll put it in my notes, but it was 1,800 divided by 3, I believe. So is that 650? No, 600. So yeah, Vidar and Astrid, you can add 600 gold credits to your sheet.
All right.
And as they're doing that, Motoko, as you're sort of headed to this place where you're going to buy this Faraday bag, you get a message from Mez. He's like, well, they shut the place down. I'm still on the network, and holy shit, they are scrambling. They're talking about 2 of your friends, but you and the turtle got out completely clean, it looks like. I've sent them their money already, so they shouldn't be asking you about that. I think it's a possibility that the local gangs here will be looking for your other friends, but it seems like they're talking about consulting with some oracle. I don't think they're talking about an AI quantum computer either. This seems like some voodoo shit.
Like magical kind of scrying, figure out where they are kind of thing?
Possibly. That or just basic information on who she is. Maybe some kind of seer or something. But it looks like they have some kind of sayer that they go to. I'll try to keep you in the loop if I can figure out where they're going. Tell your friends to stay alert. I'll be putting your new team here on the board for the big whales. I'm sure with this, they'll like what they see. I've got enough footage here to tell a great story. You've devised a solid plan, but still we're throwing a curveball, and you adapted to the play on the fly anyway, so this is going to look really good to some of those fat wallets. I'll be in touch. And, yeah. Unless you have any other questions, they disconnect.
No, I didn't. Does he even want the information we got?
Yeah, but he's going to give you time to go through it and stuff. He's not going to hound you for it right this instant. He knows you got to break it and go and download it and look through it and shit, so probably going to take you the night. And since you're not under stress, you can do essentially what's known as like taking 10. It used to be, I think, in 3.5 you could take 10 if you weren't stressed. I think you can do it in this edition too. Actually, I don't remember off 100%.
Yeah,
but,
we did that last season.
Okay, but I do like the rule. So since you have all night and you have the Faraday option on his rig, and you're hooked in through a hardwire, you don't have to worry about the signal being picked up while you manipulate and look through it. As long as you don't turn that Faraday off to try and send something out through his rig, then it'll send a signal, and you know that if he realizes that it's gone, he'll probably find it immediately if he's any level of a hacker. So let's see. You take some time. One of the first things you do find in here is when you fixed your rig, you found the footprints of a data bomb used to try and take you out, and that confirms that there was a backdoor in your old configuration before you refixed your rig. The portal was still there when you rebooted, but you destroyed it pretty confidently. It was used to spy on your team, to plant the data bomb on you for when you withdrawed. And then you do find also that the report from this guy says that he reported you dead and completely wrote you off. So to your knowledge, you don't think anyone is specifically looking for you. They probably think, well, whatever corporate entity was fucking with this job is pretty sure probably everyone's dead. That's what it looks like. There is
Corpos
footage on there that you find. Corpos, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the video footage of events from your feed. It looks like it was taken from your network when you got hired onto that last job that went south. When you connected everyone to your network, and you could see through their eyes. You've got kind of video footage of all that went down, and you see them moving through the museum, and they're getting open this sort of kind of like an area that has some minor arcane protections. And they get down into an area that has these vaults with more serious arcane protections. And there was a chick in the group who was an elf who managed to break through these and open it. But once that happened, the footage starts to show this Manticorp solo. And the way these guys look is they have these thick, almost Gears of War-like power armor with spines that stick up almost like a porcupine from the back of their neck down the back of their armor. And those spines can sort of move on a track to their shoulder, then down their arm and stick out forward like Baraka's sort of sword claws or whatever he has in Mortal Kombat. And they can shoot them off and stuff too, and it makes it hard to get in close and fight with them when they're working as a unit. And so they're really dangerous alone, but if you ever encounter a group of them, it's like most people just run. They just walk through people, but this is just one. They're known as solos, and he's going through stalking each one of your teammates and killing them mercilessly. You do find not a picture of him, but you do get a name. It's Lyron Benta, so it's Lyron, and then Benta. So Lyron Benta is how it's pronounced. Florian, he has a dossier on this guy, but it's like completely classified and redacted almost. But you do see that there was a time where he joined the Cerberus corporation, the conglomerate with Cerberus, and was put into their military, their Manticorps at a pretty young age. It's similar to your backstory with being picked up off the street and recruited into the school you were recruited into for where they trained you with all the cyberware and stuff like that, and surfing the net and running inside and actually doing Matrix type shit. Except he was more on the front lines and doing what you can assume is Black Ops gigs almost immediately after his training, because everything becomes redacted after that point. But he does have a long history of blacked out things. He is seems to be working a mission that is also redacted, but there's an order in there that says all Cerberus assets are to withdraw from system sector 6606, which you know that includes Quay Prime, the planet that is your main planet. You're on the moon to that planet, and then there's Nichigawa, and then Narhem, and Orcon is in the zone, but it seems that there was a risk assessment done on this planet, and the planet is worth more than whatever this risk, vague risk that is mentioned, would cost them. So they're still doing business on the Orc homeworld. But Quay Prime, Nichigawa, and Narhem are essentially no-go zones for any corporation that works under Cerberus except Manticorp and Vault. This retreat order from Cerberus was sent out about a month before your last job, that one that went wrong.
Is there anything about what happened to the loot from that job?
Well, we are getting there, yeah.
Okay.
So Vault, there's an order in here that you get that was labeled of interest for Lyron by Florian. And it's that Vault has been ordered to collect assets labeled IOIs, so items of interest, one of which was held in the vault that your team went after. And for some reason, Lyron went after it himself and with his own team instead of passing the information along. It seems like Florian got this information, sent it to Lyron, and then Lyron, it stopped with him, and he put a team together to get this item. Or had already had a team or something along those lines, because a lot of it's redacted and it is hard to make out exactly what happened. Also, this hacker also has a dossier on your old teammates and your hacker identity, which is Ara Ara. At least that's what you told me, so that's what it's down as. If you want to change it, you can. And that's also what Mez talks to you as. He doesn't know your real identity.
Why am I fucked?
It's got your hacker identity. Fucked.
No, the hacker identity is the one that you face with. That's what you use, so they don't know who you really are. That's like your anon. That's your alt.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like Ultra Laser.
Yeah.
And Dr. Doom.
But what you do notice about, there's the one on your hacker identity, there's the one on all the teammates that you worked with, but there's an extra dossier. The ones on your teammates is like a elf woman who seemed to be specialized in magic. There was like a Goliath, and then a couple humans. But there's nothing really interesting as you're looking through their stuff. You kind of write it all off as unimportant as you go through it, and a waste of time. But there is an extra dossier of someone, a hacker named Etrian Olatoris, half elf. And this is probably the person you got hired to replace. Their jobs are also redacted in the footage from them is gone as well, just like some of the other people. However, there seems to be a long list of this Etrian person working for Leiron. So there's that information.
Anything further on who I replaced? Like, what happened to this person?
So you don't know, but you do have his name, and you could figure out where his last known location is, or just try to look up information about him in the system. You could do an investigation check on that in a second as well. But we're getting to the stuff you asked about. So what did they get from Schuler and Sons Museum of Esoterica? So in the camera, it looks like it was something wrapped in some ancient pale leather. And in the notes that you find, it is said, like the rumors, or it's said that this item kept in the museum is said to have power, if in the right hands, to negate powerful magics, bring back the dead in more ways than one, and even grant someone immortality. There's actually a list of items that should be in this said vault that was opened. The mummified hand of Aurora Diamandis, which when you look her up, she is some kind of celestial in the Trinity of Light and Garathian Law, which is my sort of parallel but different. I changed it. It's sort of like Christianity and Gnosticism, the Gnostics or whatever. So you have the Trinity of Light, and then I can't remember what the other one's called. It's not on here, but I think it's like the Dark Sun. Path of the Dark Sun or something along those lines, but they go by something called Garathian Law. So there's the mummified hand of Diamandis. In files, you see that it's got some Trinity scripture in there, and a description. It's an angel who fell in love with a mortal and had to give up her immortality to essentially live her mortal life with her love. She sat upon a cloud and guarded the gates of Eden with her bow of slaying. It said that her mummified hand still holds great celestial power. And reading that, you kind of get the idea that this may have been Florian's pendant or amulet that he was wearing. And it may have been possibly his payment for that job. And then there's a death prayer that goes along with it that's from the religion. I know Shelley's not here, but we can get to this in another episode. But the prayer is, Mother of Mira, our mother, your love brings us birth. Luther, our father. Your providence protects our destiny. Eli, our lamb, your sacrifice guides our lives, and by the Trinity's command we return to dust. So there's a death prayer that goes along with that hand. And then there is another artifact called the Petrified Eye of Diamandis. This is just said to drink magic aether that targets it, making the wielder nearly immune to certain magics, or most magics. It's a very powerful artifact. And then there is the flayed skin scroll of Aurora Diamandis. So these are all pieces of the same celestial. And then the files on the messages on file here from the Trinity and the Garathian Law. We have sort of two sayings, and they're kind of like reflecting each other in the religion. So the Garathian Law. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Leatherbound copy of a Good Stuff cookbook still out there. Search out the Necro Nom Nom Nom.
The Necro Nom Nom Nom. Yeah, that's fucking dope.
Oh my gosh, Frog G, that's clever as shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No, that was perfect. I like being interrupted for stuff like that. That's good. But the passages that are on file for the petrified or the flayed skin scroll is in the Garathian Law. It says, for all living men must die, and the dead know truth. They have no further earthly reward, but are rewarded with the answers to all beyond in the end. Let's see. And then in the Trinity of Light, there's a saying that says, for the living know they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further earthly reward, and even their names will be forgotten. So it seems to be like one of them understands that death is a necessary part of life, and the other one seeks to find answers beyond death. So they both see the good in it, but for different reasons. And then those are the artifacts. So they seem to be, dealing with like the tether of life itself and the weave of magic. But that's kind of the files that you find on there. But yeah, anything you want to look up or research, you can. Just let me know. If you want to track Etrian down, you can. Or if you want to start looking for other jobs right away, you can. Just let me know what you feel like doing.
So a couple of things. One, I would like to look up the guy that I replaced, because that seems awfully convenient that I replaced a person right before everyone on the job except for myself was wiped out. So maybe he has more information, like got a tip off, hey, don't show up for this, or, maybe he was killed to slot me into that spot for some reason. I don't know. The second thing I want to look at is to see if dude has any of his banking information on this.
Oh, any of his banking information on his rig?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Let me go ahead.
I want to, in a completely non-sexual way, siphon that motherfucker dry.
Yeah, no, you can. So you do know that this guy gets paid and then spends all his money very irresponsibly, like we have established, on lots of money, drugs, and women, and food. But yeah, I'm gonna roll some dice here. We get to laugh. I'm actually not gonna laugh because it might be pretty close to fucking spots I've been in. But...
maybe he set something aside to pay the mercenaries.
Oh no, he doesn't pay. Oh wait, I'm gonna shut up. Trying to get stuff out of me, huh? Let's see.
So I'm writing down the things that were on that list in Shae and my DM, and I wrote down mummy hand, and she thought I said hand, like I'm gonna eat a fucking old hand.
Yeah, I was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, that says mummy.
Well, clearly the question becomes, what the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot. So much. We don't have time for everything that's wrong with me.
That checks out.
So as you're looking through his payment records and all that stuff, you do find that he actually got into a little bit of beef with Leiron over the last payment of their job. It seems like he was paid with that hand, and he wanted credits, but Leiron didn't give him credits. So he's been kind of living off of the job he did before that. And I rolled 4d6. So let's see, times. See, what is this? 11. And it was times 100. So you pop that bad boy open, and you got yourself a whopping $1,100.
Nice. Well, since I didn't get paid for this job, and everyone else did.
Yeah. No, that's totally fine. Everyone else got paid a total of, let's see, what was 900? So 3, 6. So everyone got paid 900 credits. So you taking that's actually not that different in pay. It's only a couple extra.
So wait, we got 9. Oh, you're talking about the.
We got 300 in the beginning.
Yeah, you got
and then 600.
And then 600 again. So overall, and then Sai Motoko didn't get anything because they're clearing a debt. So, which you did pay off of, and I saw it was in your notes already, so I didn't have to do anything. So that was cool.
No, and I wanted to make sure that I kept track of how much and what episode that I made the payment.
Just so you can go back and find it too.
Well, so you could go back and find it if
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't remember that.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I actually really, really appreciate that.
I like how Sai's basically like, I want to make sure that my debt is wiped out. So I have done what I would do if it was a real debt, and have made sure that I have marked every aspect of when it was paid and how much and where we can find the proof.
So if you want, give me an investigation check, Motoko. Okay. And let me know what you get. And go ahead and actually roll it with disadvantage because you're going to have noise because you're looking for Etrian. And you're looking through like the city's sort of data banks and stuff like that. So there is noise.
God damn it. I got a 20 and a 14. So the 14 plus 2 is 16.
Okay. So that's actually not bad. You're going through and you start looking through. You think, okay, maybe I was replaced because he was killed off. So you look at hospital reports, and you actually with that, don't find anything in the hospital reports, but you do, as you start to go through police reports, just to kind of double check, you do notice that there was a murder, or sorry, not a murder, a sewer slide that people were sent to, and the same name, same race, Etrian Olotaurus, half elf, and it's actually not too far from you. It's on the outskirts of. Let me actually open a map. Real quick,
we were promised no
that.
map, sir.
Well, for me to look at, not necessarily for us to share. I just want to get the name
now
right.
You're sharing.
So if I open this, close that. Oh, you do want me to share? Okay.
I'm a visual
if you're
person.
Just kidding or not?
So it helps me.
Go ahead. No worries.
And by the way, everyone, I'm sorry if my internet is kind of shitty. They did whatever maintenance the night before last, and my internet was down for 90 minutes. And once it came up, my upload was very unstable.
I feel like internet all around has been kind of funky for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Too. Like, I don't know what's
Not just
going
internet,
on, but...
cell phone signals. It's there's
Right?
a lot
Like
of there's a lot of
everything.
shenanigans going on with the communications networks.
I am not happy about it. It's very
Almost
annoying.
if it was by design.
Yeah.
So
Gee.
I'm
right
not a conspiracy
before-
theorist, though.
Right
Totally
before
going
a
on
pretty
there.
important...
an election.
An erection.
Yeah.
So
I didn't say anything because I'm not allowed to.
yeah, the Kodama Lounge is so you have your where you live, the Sakura Vista High Rise. Across the park is the Kodama Lounge, and then actually just up the block from that, in this little section up here, is where Etrian's apartment was, right on the border of Neo Tokyo and the corporate sector. He
That's
had a
where his
relatively nice.
His apartment.
Yeah, his apartment
Okay.
where he was found, the scene of the crime. So he has an apartment there, but he was at this point, you know, he's already been cremated and put into one of the like communal graveyards as a plaque.
Is his apartment listed for rent?
Let's see, it's actually not currently. It's still technically considered a crime scene, though it seems like that's at the farther end of it. It's been let's see, a little under a month, probably 3 weeks. So they've been working a investigation for a little bit, but it's at the end of the investigation. No one's been there for a while, but they haven't been allowed to put it up for rent yet. People have been through and cleaned it, but there still could be some stuff there. It doesn't seem like there's going to be like biological evidence, but there could be other clues or stuff like that.
He was a hacker. I know that he has a dead drop somewhere near there. So I'm going to disguise myself and go and investigate.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and give me either performance or deception, because I don't think you have the disguise skill, and so you can go ahead and use one of those. But it won't be as good as actually having like the disguise kit or a hologram, but it'll still be useful. You know, you can do things like pull your shirt up and like, you know, wear a wig, simple things like that. Pull your hat down.
I do have a forgery kit. Could I disguise myself as a cop?
Stop.
Actually,
You can disguise yourself as a document.
no, actually, what you could do though. So you're using forgery very smart. With a disguise kit, it would be one check. You roll a disguise check to see if you're a cop, and you would trick people on that disguise on the basis of visual sight first. What you're trying to do is walk up to someone, show them a fake badge, a forged badge, and digital badge, and tell them that you're a cop. That would work just as well, but I would need 2 checks because you're relying on more than just the document, because you're getting close and they're sort of going to be questioning it. Does that make sense? You're kind of using this skill slightly in a smart way, but almost outside of its
Intended purpose.
no, that's intended purpose. It's like you're adding more because there's a cop outfit. You could just walk in and people just wouldn't say anything because you look like you're supposed to be here. Here you have to actually like walk up and talk to somebody. So it's like adding another dynamic
Okay,
variable.
I would have to talk to somebody. I couldn't just, go to his door and there's like an electronic seal for like this is still a crime scene kind of thing.
So to get into his building, when you see where his building is, he's actually in a nice area and mid level. So you have to like be invited there or live there.
Bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm part of the underworld. Where can I get a cop uniform?
So, if you want to hit up Astrid or Vidar, both of them live in an area. So Astrid has connections to the comic girls, and a lot of the times you want to go through illegal means to get stuff like what you're trying to do.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a costume shop.
Yeah. Or Vidar could reach out and put feelers on the ground where he lives, because there's gang activity there, but it would be more risky for Vidar because he doesn't have an in with any of these people per se.
So Astrid.
Yeah.
I make a call. Hi. Okay. So I'm doing a little bit of tangential on the sly, like not super connected to our current job, but connected to my last job investigating. When it comes to, I explained to you that there was I need to get a cop uniform that fits me.
There we go. I'm glad that you got there. Okay, so I guess I'm
your gang of chicks.
Yeah, so I basically just like, hold on a second, just like act like if I hold the phone away from me, it's gonna be enough that Motoko's not gonna hear any of this, and I just start yelling at all the girls like, "Hey, you guys got an extra cop costume lying around?"
Go ahead and give me a. Let's see. This would be persuasion or. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this would just.
Okay.
Give me a persuasion, and you do have advantage because you're part of the organization in a way. They know of you.
Oh,
they let you hang out. So
I got a 19.
19. Okay. So Kiko, who you've met before, she owns that Kiko's Depot. She's pretty good friends with Shelly. She comes up to you and she's like, a couple of us actually have some Corpo Authority uniforms lying around. We have a few. What size are they?
So I just come back and I'm like, "Hey, Matsuko, so I need your sizes, and also what are you willing to pay?"
So my measurement floats over the thing.
Noted.
God, what would something like this go for? About 350.
350.
315. Okay. How about that?
No, so 315. So you relay that, and Kika goes, with a 19. Yeah, I could part with 350. We've held on to him for a while. I was gonna say 400. So I rolled some dice, and I rolled 2 d8s, got 2 2s, so it was gonna be 400. So, with 350 being a good enough offer and a 19 on that roll, I'll say that you can get one costume, cop outfit that fits you. It's not a costume.
I was
this is legit.
I was 100% gonna be like, they offered 250. But I'm not going to.
Upcharge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that Matsuko offered 350, so I was gonna be like, they offered 250, and then just keep that 100. But I'm not going to because they're my girls, and my character desperately wants to be friends with all of them, and my only connection is Shelly.
Asked her what's the address. What's your address?
I send the address.
I'm gonna go to Astrid's. I'm gonna go to Astrid's to pick this up. And I will give Astrid 100 as a finder's fee, because otherwise we would have had to endanger Vidar, and I did not want to do that.
So
there's no guarantee Vidar would have done it for you anyway.
Accurate.
You guys head up to the Comic Girls hideout up here, buy the uniform, then head down to the Pachinko Capsule Motel. Astrid's little
Can I bring my forgery tools with me so that if there's like a nameplate on the uniform, if there's like an engraved badge number, anything like, holographic shit, whatever. So, okay. I just don't want to have to go back and forth and back and forth.
Oh, no, you're good. You would take all that shit with you. So yeah, you guys are essentially at the Pachinko Capsule Motel getting the disguise together. Do you want Aster to go with you? Do you want anyone else to watch your back while you're doing this in case things go wrong?
I'm going to insist because I don't want to miss out on the action. And then also I'm going to be like, clearly you're going to need help looking like a cop because you look like a hoodlum. And so, like, as Motoko's getting in the costume, the only thing that I do is, like, take their bangs and just part them slightly different. I'm like, there you go.
I hate you. So, is it deception that I'm rolling?
Yeah, it will be deception, and then
can I aid?
Forgery. Yeah, actually, you can. You can aid with the deception, not the forgery.
Right. I mean, I'm super proficient, so that's why I was asking. Like, just throw a little in there.
Yeah. If you want to, since you're technically part of the scene at this moment, if you want to take initiative on the deception and Motoko to quote unquote assist you, so you roll with 2 because you have the higher plus, you can do that because you're in a party. Quote, so you can do it that way if you want to. That way you guys utilize.
Is that how you would like to do it, Motoko?
I don't know because with my bonus I rolled a 22 on 1 die.
Ooh.
So
well, we'll just let you go. You're fine.
Yeah, hey, that's good.
I like how Motoko's like, I know. Basically, Sai went, I know how Shae rolls, so maybe not.
Can she roll just to see what luck would have done to us?
Can she roll just to see? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Definitely better that you did.
What'd you roll?
An 11 and a 7. And that was with my pluses.
Oh my god.
So what if I got a 1? Because I have a +6.
A 1 and a 5. Holy shit.
Yeah, good job. This is good that you rolled.
Yeah, so you go to the borderline of Neo Tokyo in the corporate district. You find this nice high-rise hotel and go inside, and you get to probably around like the 30th floor because the lower levels is pretty ransacked. You kind of, like, for what this area is on the edge of Neo Tokyo, the lower levels still have kind of like spray paint on them on this side. But once you get to like level 30, it's when they start to try and ask if you're around or who you are, because you can see like there's like a reception desk and the stairs to continue up, and the elevators are sort of in the hallway past this woman. And the woman, you can't tell for a moment if she's android, but then she looks up and you can see that she's actually she is like a pale human, but she has a lot of cybernetic augmentation to her. And she kind of goes, "Oh, are you wrapping up the crime scene?"
Wrapping up is too strong a word, but we do need to have one more look, at least for right now.
Okay, well, I'll be here if you need anything. And you can see that she gives you the network that you're projecting, which is probably your comm link and not your rig, gets access to the further parts of the building, so you can walk past and now access the doors and stuff there, no problem. Not resident doors that aren't yours, but the one that you have
I understand.
access to, yeah. So you go up a couple more floors to about the 38th floor. Well, that's not a couple, but a few more floors. And you get to a door that has these holographic, kind of like caution tapes that are moving across it. And you see that there's like a little panel that's normally on all the walls, but there's an extra one on there that is looks like it was added by the corporate police, and they have sort of broken it for their own access and stuff. And you walk up with your forgery, and
okay.
Go ahead and give me the check for that if you haven't. I don't think you have yet. But...
I haven't. So is it deception again? What is it?
No. This is your basically, like you said, what you thought it originally was, where you just put the thing up to the door to get it to read your
right.
badge.
I just mean like what skill am I rolling off of?
So it is forgery. So what it's going to be is your intelligence and your perception, or sorry, your proficiency.
+4. I walkie-talkie to Astrid. Wish me luck. Ha! Fuck you. 19. +4. 23.
Okay, 23.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Astrid.
you sort of you look around and you pull out the little comm link that you've rigged up to be the badge, and you put it up there and it reads it, and the door, the caution tape goes away, and then the door slides open almost like Star Trek, just a little, and you walk in and you can see it's actually like a pretty big apartment, and it looks almost like the cyberpunk apartment where it's got that like sunken in couch with a projector table in the middle, and then you have a view that looks out away from Neo Tokyo over into the corporate sector area, and you can see like nice buildings with these like holographic ads that have like spaceships and starships flying by, and all these different ads playing, and you'll see like someone playing sports and a big hologram in the city, and then it goes away and you'll see more ships, and then an ad for like one of the cars in the city, and different android service bots and cybernetics, and it's kind of like almost like a fireworks show, but of just different corporate ads. And as you walk into that, you can see that there is a room off to the side that's pretty big. There's a bathroom and a spare room that seems to be outfitted with like servers and stuff, but the servers have been all like ripped out and yanked. And the same with the laptop, but you can go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Thank you.
To start tearing the place.
Yeah, I also want to check air vents and shit like that, like hidey holes.
Yep.
All right.
All right, let me open this now real quick.
Ooh. A 19 with my +2.
19. Okay.
Can I use
Anything
my...
else?
No, how many rolls do you want me to do?
Just one for right now. You
Okay,
got the
yeah,
19.
17 plus 2, so 19. Yeah, I also want to try to take pictures of the place while I'm going through. Just to...
Okay, yeah. Yep, totally doable. So you start tossing the place. Let's see. Let me read through this.
I also want to use my rig to investigate to see if there's like any suspicious networks, or, you know, hey, a sushi vending machine that's supposed to be in this corner isn't in this corner. Must be something else there. You know, like I disguised my rig.
Yeah. So you start doing all that, and you actually do find that there is a strange signal. It seems like there is a pachinko machine in the room.
Awesome.
But when you are looking at it, you think it could have been easily overlooked because it could have been seen as like a pachinko game. But as you're like digging into the files of it, or it doesn't seem like a game. It seems like it should be an actual like cabinet pachinko machine somewhere in the room. And as you're looking, you don't see it. And with the investigation of a 19, you start looking in all the spots, and you actually find in that sunken in spot in the middle, there was a small drive plugged in that's actually emitting this signal of a pachinko machine. And you do think that this is probably like his version of a dead drop. You do know that this guy, for whatever reason, has been his death has been marked as a sewer slide. So you don't think that anyone's been back to really tear the place.
So he's trying to say he offed himself without saying the bad word on YouTube.
I don't want to get you guys hit.
Oh, I see. I see.
It's marked as him self-deleting.
Yep.
Yes. No, I understand.
So not a Ninja Turtle. Got it.
No.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what the hell kind of shit's happening with this dude?
Why do we go into his apartment if he died in a sewer? That's weird.
Yeah, that was my confusion. I'm good now. I completely understand what we're doing.
It took me a while. It took me a while, so I don't blame you.
On that, you do find there is sort of like a note on there that it's basically saying that the corporate world has rotted the universe from the core and is reaching the outer edges of the galaxy now. He wouldn't be surprised if dark space was a cause of corporate expansion and toying with things. And you can see he's talking about, like, he has all this he's saying things vaguely, but what he's saying, it seems like he's seen a lot of this stuff from behind the scenes, and you remember his redacted history. He's definitely been working for these corporations a long time. And as you're kind of going through it, he says that he's left stuff for people that may be braver than him, but he got to a point where he was scared to wake up because he knew the things he did to other people were eventually going to come for him. And then you do find footage. You find footage of the same team you worked with, but they're on some facility. You can't really tell where because they're inside the clips that he has saved. But then they pass something that says stasis portal, Quay Prime Lab. And that's as they're sort of walking through. And the Etrian, you see his sort of back end stuff, and he's uploading some program to the system. You are getting glimpses of what the program is, and you actually find a file, and it's some kind of daemon program. It's literally malicious in nature, specifically designed to attack this facility. You start looking at it like maybe, I could use this for, to attack people on my own, but you actually can't. It's like specifically made to mess with something, and then as you're going through it, it seems like they're talking about a gate or a portal of some kind of similar to the gate at the center of the universe that they used to travel across dark space. But the daemon is meant to corrupt it and tear it apart and make it unstable.
Wow.
There's some other coding that's in there that you cannot understand or decipher. You're looking at it and it is confusing. Knowing Vidar and some of the things that you've seen up to now, it looks like some kind of esoteric scrawling. It could be arcane, it could be abyssal, it could be draconic. You're not really sure, but there's something weird about this other programming that's in here that's not binary like everything else.
It's almost like if they fucked with a portal, all this fire shit could have happened. Just saying.
Possibly. So you're going through, and the team is talking like they're on some sort of corporate espionage mission, and Etrian starts to freak out and warning them that the program he's uploading isn't what he thought it was. It's changing and doing something else. It's not pulling information through. It's tearing the portal apart, and he's telling them to get out of there. They managed to get out. So it was kind of
like a setup.
Yeah. And he starts to say, someone's in my system. This isn't the program I was uploading. Get out of there. Get out of there. They get out and make it, but as they're leaving, you can see this facility on the surface of this planet. It has on the outside this sort of almost like a Stargate, this big sort of like platform that's open and spinning. And you can see now that the metal around the outside of it is like glowing cherry red hot, and smoke's coming out of it, and the portal that's there in the middle of it is sort of pushing outwards, almost like the abyss, and then that thing pushing outward explodes, and you can see almost like 5 fingers as it slams down on the facility and pulls back into the portal, and then the ship hits jump, and the feed just goes to colors and the drift.
Space Mountain. Okay.
So you see that they had something, the team that you got hired into had something to do with the shit that went down on Quay Prime and made everything destabilize.
Pretty fucked up. Okay, I'm going to get what I can of that code transcribed over to like a plain text medium so that I can encrypt it and send it to Vidar for him to play with.
All right.
and try to decrypt. I've investigated everything in that apartment that I possibly can. I'm gonna head back downstairs to the front desk, and lean into the woman, thank her for her help, and say, "By the way, how much do those apartments rent for?" It's pretty nice.
Oh, these ones here are about 5,000 a month.
I see. Huh. Well, too rich for cop salary, but yeah, you never know what might fall into my pocket, so I'll keep it in mind. Have a good day.
You as well.
Everyone's on the take, so, wink.
Mm-hmm. So, Vidar. Oh, I don't know if he left. I see his avatar there. So we'll wait for that. But since we did...
That's a lot a month. That's a lot a month.
Yeah.
Gotta be pulling some good jobs. We're gonna be checking some job boards here in a little bit.
Oh, those are coming. But you guys will this message or whatever will go to Vidar, and he'll get a chance to decrypt it, and go over it a little more and figure out some more information. But you guys are gonna get few days of downtime at least, while your job and description and stuff is on the runner boards, to just kind of relax and let things die down. You guys can, if you want to try and get a little XP in that time, you can go ahead and kind of like I'll go hang out, quote unquote, and I can roll a random city encounter, and you guys can like get a little extra XP in your downtime if you want, or you guys can just skip to the end of the downtime and start looking for new jobs and figuring out what you're going to do next. It's up to you guys.
I'm going to send the stuff to Vidar. I'm going to go back downstairs to Astrid, go back to her place, since that's where I left my motorcycle. By the way, we stole a car or something, because you and me on my motorcycle, probably it would work, but it wouldn't look real cop-esque. So
yeah.
We stole
It's
a cop
fine.
car. We're only at 3 badges. It's fine.
Car.
I just assumed that you.
Sorry, I had to get something to drink.
No, you're good.
I just assumed that you were acting like I was a witness or some shit.
You were the lookout downstairs to make sure, 5 cops didn't show up while I was upstairs.
Yeah, but I'm
pretending to be
meaning
a cop.
as far as everybody else was concerned,
Yeah.
not as
So-
far as what I was actually doing.
Vidar,
Yes.
you got a message from Motoko. You were given a file of plain text that you notice a lot of it is binary. It seems to be invasive code for penetrating systems and basically worming its way through and finding. It's like a location trying to find specific things. But then you start to get into weird text that you notice is not programming. It's arcane in nature. So go ahead and give me an Arcana check as you start to see this strange text. Looks almost like draconic or abyssal or some arcane scrawlings like that.
19.
19. Okay.
Yes. 14 plus 5.
So there's actually 2. There's 2 different esoteric types of text in this. There is abyssal, and there is primordial.
Oh shit.
So this daemon program is not. It's a mix of technology and magic. It's essentially magitech. It's made to go into a system, find a system that's operating a portal, and then use that portal as a microphone to make a call to the other side, essentially. And let me actually believe the word was, or the creature's name is Krogatoa. But that's what it seems to be like it was calling to. And then you do...
Krakatoa, you said?
Not Krokatoa, but it's Krogatoa. It's similar, but yeah, it's with a G's.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems to be...
You said it was abyssal and primal, or primordial?
Primordial, yeah, the text. the abyssal part seems to be corrupting the primordial part in a way. It's like this call has a almost demonic nature. The primordial parts are for it to find the right being to call to, but the call that goes out is actually from the abyssal. But it was definitely programmed, probably the way you're looking at it, by some kind of sentient race in this galaxy that, or not this galaxy, this universe that was of similar talent of yours, some kind of artificer. Because this is something you could probably do, but you've only done something like this once, and that was something you care to not think about.
Something I'm not super fond of. Is this an offshoot of what I did? Is this in any way related to?
It's different. Yours wasn't meant to put a call out. It was meant to put almost like an enchantment on people, and the text you used was almost fey in nature. What languages do you know by the way?
Let's see. Common, Dwarvish, and Leonin.
Common, Dwarvish, and Leonin. All right, so you probably used Dwarvish for your manipulation of the Magitech. You used Dwarvish runes and arcane scrawling, which is draconic. And there's some fey nature to it, similar to how this has abyssal and primordial. There's a similar corruptive nature to it that you are not fond of seeing. Yeah.
Is there any way to pinpoint the source where it came from? Are there any kind of signatures?
So the only thing you can get in terms of like footprint of who may have made it, because of the knowledge previously that you've gathered with the party, the odds are it came from one of the subsidiaries of Cerberus. Just with all the context that's added around it, but you actually don't have a whole lot of information you pull directly from that. It's more of you using the context around the whole situation.
Subsidiaries of Cerberus, you said?
Yes, it's one of the subsidiaries of Cerberus who probably made it.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. No.
Subsidiaries of Cerberus. Nope, got one.
Cerberus?
Yep.
So that's none. Cerberus. Cerberus. Serbenus.
Serbenus.
I quit.
Serpenus.
Serpenus. This. I'm such a child, but I'm like, right?
This is this like does this look like corporate level code, or is this something like a black budget type thing? You know, given my knowledge.
Black budget for sure.
Okay.
Because the way in terms of the laws, I have mentioned it before, but we haven't really gotten into it yet, is that Magitech in this universe is considered illegal because the dwarves at one point way back in ancient history tried to mass produce Magitech, and the effects of it were that death stopped and people stopped dying. They would return back as essentially zombies, but with kind of like a consciousness.
That's awesome.
And it started a whole war though, because that consciousness didn't last for very long. So it became outlawed because it seems like when you manipulate the Aether or the Arcane Weave too much, it breaks the laws of nature in some way. So it became just a no-no. But so it's definitely a black budget, corporate, high corporate level thing.
Interesting. I passed the information that I've gotten so far back to Motoko.
Awesome.
And give a warning to be very cautious with this. This is high-level corporate espionage and illegal magitech.
Not surprising.
Whoever created this definitely does not want to be found, and anybody researching it is likely to be taken care of.
Well, he supposedly took care of himself, but we'll see about that.
Well, that's not who created it. Etrian said the program he was uploading, or the program that was being uploaded, was not the one he thought he was uploading.
Right.
So Florian was in his systems. Florian's the one who uploaded this. Not the one who created it, but he's definitely the one who uploaded it. Just judging by what you know of Florian from meeting him and seeing his stuff, he's not the type of hacker that is making moves his own. He's copy pasting and using brute force because he finds it as a way to make easy money. He just leaves his shit Faradayed until he needs it, and he's not really like a hacker's hacker. Like every time you were looking through his stuff, you felt dirty after you got out of his rig. Like you need to take a cold shower. The way he had everything set up and all his set, he didn't even have dark mode on.
Fucking poser.
I love that. That's like the benchmark is like he didn't even fucking have dark mode on. Like I turned my dark mode off earlier today, and when I went back to a website, I was like, "Why is it so fucking bright?" I was like, "Oh wait, hold on." Turned it back on. I was like, "Oh, there we go, we're good."
That's much better.
Yeah.
Technological
Creatures of the
savage,
night,
clearly.
man.
Okay. Well, thank you for investigating it.
I will continue to research and see what I can find. I don't like the nature of this code. It is troubling, to say the least.
Can I send him a short snippet of the video of just a quick flash of the code being entered, and then cut to the what happens to the gate when it's entered? I'll take.
Oh yeah, send him like, yeah. You can send him the all of the stuff that you found in terms of like the footage and stuff if you want, or whatever. So specifically you want to send him.
So you see that being entered into a system, and then a system that controls the gate on a planet, and then the gate basically destabilizing and a hand reaching out of it and the gate collapsing.
Well,
I'm sure it's fine.
that is comforting.
I'm sure it's fine.
So
That does not make me feel
alley
any.
line.
That does not make me feel any better about the code this is written in. But thank you for the extra context.
You're welcome. May
Thank
it help
you
you
for
when
the,
you...
Again,
Nightmare fuel.
be very cautious researching this. These people do not want to be found.
This is back burner. This is not I'm gonna grab my shovel kind of digging.
Even the back burner can burn you.
It's set on warm. All right, Astrid and I. We go back to her capsule motel area. You said that we could kind of roll an adventure. So Vidar, are you interested in fucking around?
Or finding out.
Honestly, I wanted to check on my house guest.
Yeah.
Oh right, I
Totally
forgot
can.
about him.
The
And,
mostly dead guy?
The severely burned dwarf that's in my house. Yes.
He's okay.
Ravok Opalstone.
Did
Yeah.
you give him a chocolate-covered pill?
Well, I did my best to take care of him when he first showed up, but we've kind of been on the go ever since then to make
Yeah.
sure that he was still alive.
No, he's dead.
So you do go to check on him. Opalstone, doing good. He's not moving much yet, like in terms of outside the home, but he is up and about and feeding himself and changing his own bandages. So he's not like completely out, but it seems like Shelly's hypo treatment did its job. He's on the mend pretty well, and he keeps reapplying his bandages and reapplying the hypo sprays and stuff like that. There's severe scarring, but you can see the healing is taking place.
Okay.
he sees you as he's sort of like up and about, and
I see you're not dead. That's good.
No, I think
see you haven't died yet.
I think I'm much more closer to life thanks to you and your friends.
I am happy to hear this.
I've noticed the strange things on the news. These rifts that have opened up over the city have been releasing creatures and such, and looks like some people have put bounties on this Ryu spirit, this dragon spirit that's going around. It's burned up a couple places already, actually, in the city. It's quite bad what happened. Hopefully soon, though, I can take a trip back to Dwarven space and start a lawsuit and maybe make some heads roll. Maybe end up in a gulag somewhere, who knows.
Is what is happening to this world in relation to what you were working on, Pravok?
So, trying to remember, last he told you. Okay, so he would say, it's definitely related. When the portal came down, I noticed some of these creatures on our side over there as well. Before I completely passed out, I was running from them before everything went black. There's something much larger there. I didn't think I could believe my eyes, but seeing that dragon spirit flying through the city, it's probably not just my eyes. And then he kind of goes to describe something very similar to what you saw in the video that you got with the portal glowing cherry red. There's sort of lava, like a lava pool that's vertical in this gate that then extends out like the abyss, and that magma that's extending out explodes, and you see like a hand made of magma that slams into the facility and sort of crushes a part of it. And you see explosions happening, and then essentially the hand pulls back into the portal, and the ship takes off, and you see the video just cuts to colors like from the drift space.
I will actually throw that video up on a screen. You mean something like this?
So when you throw the video up, you can see he was looking pretty good up and walking around, but when that happens, like all the color sort of drains out of him. And
Bizarre's bedside manner.
Yeah.
As
He goes,
I thought.
So I'm not completely crazy.
I would say you are far from crazy. It seems reality has become crazy.
Well, then it's best I find the strength to get moving as quick as possible. The universe needs to know what happened here, at least as much as I know. They can figure out the rest with their investigations, but I can't sleep.
It is unnerving to see something like this. What exactly were you into? I've seen code that involves abyssal and primordial. That is uncommon, to say the least.
The abyssal is very worrying. I have never worked with that at this facility. I've only ever seen it in passing, to be honest. But we were working with primordial. We were keeping the portal stable with some of the magics that the people before, the natives, had shown us. They were mining, I believe we discussed it, a red gold that they use for medicinal purposes in their magics. But it's also used in the construction of Magitech. And when we found this, I was looking to make discoveries, but when I made this discovery and found out the reality of what it meant for the people there and my job, I just sort of everything, the meaning of life was just sucked out of the air. And then I found you, pulled you out, and sort of found a new reason to live, because until then I was trying to find a way out, but it just seems like every time we discover something, some corporate suit uses it to do unspeakable things around the universe. So
yes, that's is the nature of corpos, unfortunately. So this does have something to do with where you found me and my escape.
That, from my understanding, when you generate these portals in such a way we found a natural one and amplified it. It plays with the planar cosmos, the structure, and other pockets and portals can open up. Smaller ones, unstable ones, form and disappear and form and disappear, similar to the black holes that we played with to make the gate. It's one of those was to this Fey realm, this realm where I found you, where trees could talk and grass was alive and had all kinds of colors. It was colors I have never seen since. It's an amazing place. I'm glad I got to see it, although it was also terrifying.
Yeah. Is there anyone else that might have access to your research? Someone that might benefit from using your research and corrupting it with abyssal?
Well, do you show him the stuff that was made, the programming?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and show him
okay.
something along these lines. You see these
so
parts here.
When he sees the primordial that you point out, he goes, well, I could tell you right off the bat, this isn't my work. And whoever did this, they needed my work to do this here. That's why I was brought here. The people at Crag Holdings, Zaraz Crag, he specifically asked for me to come here because I was the one who could do that. This is... Where did you find this? This is something awful.
I agree.
I bring you all the awful.
It's not of a dwarven understanding of the primordial. If it seems the basis of this actually is human or elven, maybe, but it's definitely not Dwemer. It's not dwarven or gnomish.
I would not be the least bit surprised to find it is Fey in origin. Though that might be my own personal biases speaking.
Huh. Well, do you think this is tied to everything we talked about when I found you?
It is indeed possible. I think that the coincidence of the portals opening and the magma falling from the sky is too coincidental, as you would say. And I don't believe in coincidence.
Well, there is some other code here with this. It's not just the abyssal and primordial. There's some binary.
Yes. Does any of it seem familiar to you?
Give me some time, and I might be able to pinpoint a couple of people who do similar work this might have been. And it'll take some time, but yeah, I might be able to figure this out.
Okay. I appreciate the help. I am going to head out for a little bit. Feel free to use the facilities here and continue to heal, and let me know what you find. I will be back soon.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Let's see. I'm trying to find this guy's name. I have so many notes. So many notes.
That's why you're so good at this.
All right. So Let's see. Now, did you guys want to go out and kill some time on the town? And like I said, you guys can go to bars and stuff and not have to actually spend money. It's just considered part of your lifestyle. It's within your means. So you guys can go out to a bar and not have to spend any of your credits. Comes out of lifestyle.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so I will need everybody to make me get a D10 for me, and the three of you go ahead and roll that bad boy.
The bed of the boys. 7.
5.
9.
9.
759.
Isn't that a
Which one of these?
Isn't that a chick clothing store?
Maybe
579.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That could either be a really good thing or a bad thing.
It reflects
like
the
it's gonna be a bad
sizes. They sell 5s, 7s, and 9s.
All right.
Oh.
So, you guys, what are you guys looking to do? You guys looking to go get some food? Gonna have a little nightlife, just chill at the bar, listen to some music, go shopping, refill on some things, some smaller things.
Actually, I would not mind doing some shopping because I am in the market for a few things.
Okay.
A few things as I read through, the season write-up that you have back here.
Yeah, there's the store. If you click on that store link, the Ockengok trade shop or whatever.
Hold on. It was at the top, I think.
Oh.
Yep, it was.
It's gotta be in here somewhere. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, nice. One of the things you get back, the Dar,
Yes.
as you guys are all sort of meeting up to go shopping, Opalstone hits you up, and he goes, possibly start asking around about Diaware. The binary seems like it was taken at least from some of their coding. It may not be them, but maybe asking around about Diaware might.
Diaware? D-I-O?
Yeah. No, D-I-A. Dia. Sorry.
Diaware.
And specifically the engineer, he's a exec now, but Eros Vizorin. He's half elf. He used to be a coder, but he worked his way up in the company.
E-R-R-O-S?
Seems like his first name?
Yeah.
Yeah, A-E-R-O-S.
A-E-R-O-S, okay.
And then V-E-Z-O-R-A-N. Vizorin.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so he's a half-elf Diaware executive. He's high up there. Seems to be, if you look him up, he's essentially the regional CEO of this area. He controls all the stuff of Diaware in that sector that was 6606.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. You said regional, and I just flashed back to the bad lip reading of like episode 1. This is my regional manager, Darth Maul.
Yeah, I almost said regional manager when I said regional. I was like, whoa.
The Jedi, they don't pay the bill.
But yeah, let's see. Shopping. The Ockengok. So let's actually, if you guys want to go to a shopping, there, you actually can. Outside the city. It's actually close to the museum where you performed that job.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, isn't that a thing? Like going back to the scene of the crime, it's, good luck, right?
I keep on my cop disguise.
To go shopping.
They Let me see. Look up these guys' descriptions real quick. Because one of them does resemble his bloodline.
Jesus.
You good? What the?
I'm looking at your cyberware prices. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, it's cyberware. Not cheap.
We're gonna have to talk to Shelly about stealing some shit for me.
Let's see. What is going on? My shit is crashing right now.
So while you're pulling that up, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
On the holographic dermal implants, you have a cost for hologram, I understand that. A cost for invisibility, I understand that. And then you have another cost listed as deception. Is that like completely disguising yourself as something else?
No, so the first let me see. It goes illusion. What was the other? What were the three again?
Hologram, invisibility, and deception.
So I think deception is you look like someone else magically. Invisibility is obviously invisibility. I think the first one, hologram, is actually like a mirror image, where you actually have things that pop out around you and move around. And I might be mixing the two at the ends, but one of them is like mirror image, one of them is disguise self, and one of them is invisibility. Mirror image is the most expensive one because it's actually really, really fucking good.
Holographic dermal implants 1 and 2. This is no longer on the price sheet and is now on your write-up. 1 allows you to disguise self or turn invisible. A second rating allows you to also use mirror image.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So mirror image duplicates yourself.
Yeah.
The other ones. Yeah. Okay.
The other ones the other ones make it so that people don't know who you are or can't see you. The other one's more combat oriented. So let me go ahead and paste this. Well, so you go into this like it's almost built to look like an old Goliath or orc trade shop. It's actually got wood. Bless you. It's actually built out of wood and kept up. There are electronics built into it and cybernetic stuff, but it's got this like furnishing to it that makes it look and smell like an old ancient trade shop. As you come in, you see someone who has sort of like a nice silk shirt with the first top few buttons open, with a nice little mithril chain, big thick tusks and slicked back hair, green skin, orcish. He sees you. He's like, "Oh, welcome. My name's Grugolg. Go ahead and look around, and if you see anything you like, just come ask me. I'll tell you how much it is, and we talk it out." And then as he's doing that, you see another orc come out the back. This guy looks like he's got a shirt off. He's got pants that are dirty, like he's been painting or stained in something else that might not be paint. You're assuming it's paint, hopefully. He kind of has an off smell about him. He's bringing out a big, like, 50-pound crate with something in it and puts it down behind the counter and wipes his forehead. He's like, "Oh, job's done. Is there anything else you need me to do, Grugold?" And he's like, "No, Fadagog, you can get out of here, okay? Just go enjoy some food or something, or go to the red light district or something and enjoy your day. I've got some customers to take care of."
I have to play this.
What is dead may never die.
I will never let that die.
Woodrow, could I have transferred all the information off that rig before we went shopping, please?
Yeah, no, I figured you probably did. And you probably
Okay.
take all the information off and destroy the fuck out of the rig once you don't have things.
I was actually thinking about selling it.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Is there anything on that rig that I could use to upgrade my rig?
So, his rig, let me see if I got legal rig programs, rig upgrades, rig
By the way,
countermeasures.
I added a rig to my sheet. I didn't know what his rig was. I just wanted to make sure it was accounted for on my sheet. So.
Well, his should be on your sheet. It should be Florian's power rig.
Oh, okay. Well, fine.
Oh, well, if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just going to do it the logical way.
Oh, yeah, you have the actual item. It tells you everything he has on it. No, you can. You can take any, like his programs, his countermeasures. You get those. You don't necessarily have them equipped all the time. You get to pick and choose what you have on. And remember, the reason why your rig is better than his, I know he has the 666, so his is like a default all along the lines, like might look better. But you got to remember, as a bonus action, you can switch any of your values. So if you're going on an attack mission, you can switch the 6 to your slots and put the 8 on attack and start moving stuff around so that your attacks are a +8 with your rig when you're trying to brute force people and stuff. And so as a bonus action, you can flip all those values around. Now that does mean if you take slots out, you have to, turn programs off because they're not running. They don't have the RAM to run. So you're switching up your configuration. But as long as as long as you build out a couple configurations, you're like, oh, I'm going to move this here, so these two always shut off. Like, you can kind of build a little diagram
Like
of like your builds. Yeah, your preset builds. You can do that and then just be like, bonus action, I'm flipping to this build. That's how rigs work in Shadowrun, so I'm carrying it over to here.
Okay. Then his is stripped of anything useful in terms of, I guess, the programs on it, as well as the information.
So you get all that stuff.
Is this a fairly common rig type? I mean, I don't want to hand them the Mona Lisa and be like, hey, you've never seen this.
So yours is really rare. Yours is like an outdated old thing, and actually got bought out by eSoft, which is Crag Holdings, and eSoft cornered the market with. So they took that 8644 configuration of it and locked the firewall in 8. So they have the best, quote unquote. They market themselves as running the best security out there, and then they took Sato rigs off the market. And so they had no competitor with that 8, and everyone else is below them essentially with their configuration. So you kind of have like one of the off-market best ones you can get until other things are released and produced, which could happen depending on illegal Magitech and stuff, and you never know what could happen. But
okay, so if this isn't going to be easily traced back to Florian, yeah. I kind of remembered the name. If this isn't going to be easily traced back to him, probably spray some, disinfectant, take some fingerprints off of it, put a little shine on it, and try to sell it.
Yeah. So it is a secondhand market. And then it also, you have basically taken out like the countermeasures and stuff you want for yourself. So it's not like fully set up. So let me do something real quick.
Yeah, he has the alarm, the Faraday, the data bomb, and the wipe. I think all 4 of those things are I don't have, so.
Yeah, so you can take them all. You can take them all and add them to your sheet. If you want to make separate notes, or if you want me to go in and copy Florian's programs to your rig, I can. You'll just have to keep track of what you're running at what times and stuff.
All right, and I'll write up my separate macro builds. So,
and then the essentially the resell, it starts at like a 30%. So if you want, that would be 3,000. You could just get, or you can try and haggle and increase that by like 10, 20% possibly, depending on how you roll.
I'm gonna haggle, and I'm also going to. One of my haggling points is going to be that I'm turning around and spending the money here, or at least the majority of it.
That is good. As you're kind of looking out
So
looking
basically,
through all
store
those.
credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking through. You do see that there's like a out of stock sign on there. There's a little corner of the shop that says magic goods, but there's also a little like potion bottle. You've seen potions now. You've seen tinctures before, but you've actually literally seen magic potions now. And this looks like almost like a magic potion bottle that's empty, but there's something in it, like a bug or something that's almost looks like a moth or like a butterfly or some shit. But it's over there in the magic goods section.
Matura.
And then there's also a little severed, or technically 3 little severed goblin head charms. They're like shrunken, severed goblin heads that are on keychains.
Hey, did Vidar come with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all together.
Hey, Vidar. What that? That moth thing.
Roll an arcane check on the moth thing.
Yep.
22, 17 plus 5.
Badass.
Well, that's better than my 10.
You go to look at it, and you go to pick up the potion, like, whatever, I'm going to look at this and figure out whatever this thing is. This is probably not that big a deal. And as you touch the bottle and look at it, everything in your body locks up and freezes. You know the thing that is in this is a sprite. It's a creature from the Fae. And you look at the little tag that's on it. It says 500 gold. It says indentured sprite, sloth in parentheses. And then in quotations it says, "Setteth me free, and thou shalt see the things I grant to catch a wink." And you can see that it's like in there trying to sleep, but there's like almost like some kind of enchantment that you're catching off the bottle that's not letting it go to sleep.
Aww.
That's mean.
And then the shrunken goblin heads.
Sprite.
I prefer 7-Up, but still.
You can see the shrunken goblin heads. They have a little creator tag. It says made by Gnosian, some orc name. And they seem to be orcish voodoo that are good luck charms versus like fighting goblins or encountering goblins. It's supposed to like scare goblins away, essentially.
I want to read the thing, and I'm like, made by D's nuts. Wait. Sigh, damn it. Sigh and I are the same mind.
Gnats.
Gnats. I'm like, D's nuts. Wait.
Yep.
I don't think I read that right.
That's D's nuts, cousin. Guznats.
Oh, Gnats.
Gnats.
That's his artist name. Things weren't said
He's got a pen name.
But yeah, so you see that there's definitely some other artificers around. That's definitely some kind of artificer. He's making voodoo charms of something. Definitely not Magitech, but artificing nonetheless. And then, yeah,
I
there's
make
definitely
note
this little invention.
of the fact that there's another artificer around. I make a mental note of that name.
Okay. So it's Guz as in Guz, and then Nats as in Nats.
Gnats, understood.
He eats little insects.
No, he eats goblins.
All right. So basically, I'm probably gonna spend all the money in the store. Come on, 3,000. Like I've never been in here. I was in here last week. I was never in the store before.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I
was gonna
don't know
say.
if I remember you, but I kind of like the cut of your jib. Go ahead and roll.
Can I have our party face Astrid assist me?
Yeah. If you want to assist her and have her do like a cutesy thing or play on the pheromone, yeah, you can roll with advantage, or she can roll with advantage, whatever's.
Yeah.
Whatever floats
Do
your
I
boat.
trust your rolls, Astrid?
Probably not, no.
The plus is
I will-
good, but the rolls are iffy.
Yeah, I know.
That's the great leveler for me, is that my rolls suck.
So, if I roll with advantage, I get is it persuasion?
Persuasion is I have a +4, and deception I have a +6.
So
Or
am I
you can
going?
do persuasion or deception,
Okay.
or intimidation for haggling.
I'm gonna.
But people
I'm gonna,
will react differently.
I'm gonna
It's
I'm
like
sitting
in
there,
the
like
art.
twirling my hair and chomping
It's
my
like
gum
in,
and trying to distract.
Yeah, like in Fallout, when you try to intimidate someone, sometimes people have little things where even if you're good at intimidate, if you try to intimidate, the DC is way higher because of the type of person. It's kind of like that. Like if you try the wrong thing on the wrong person, the DC is going to be way higher because of their personality. But you can use either of the three.
So can I use deception, but make it like harmless deception? Like I was here last week. Like the rig is brand new. Like not something offensive, because I don't want even if you succeed, they're afraid of you. They'll do what you want, but they hate you. And we experienced that last season, and I'd like to try to avoid that. So
while Motoko's trying the deception and everything, I'm going over to him and I'm like, I like your vest. And I'm just like doing like running my fingernails, like nice
distraction.
A little bit of both. Like just like the whole, hey, you're over here like, yeah, I was here last week. And I was like, yeah, they were here last week. Those are cute buttons.
21.
All right. 21. Okay. I'm rolling for a shopkeeper whose one thing is to do this and appraise. So I'm rolling with a +8. Just so you're aware.
I totally cleaned it.
A 17. It's a 9. So if you promise to spend most of it at the shop, I can see going up to 50% on the used rig with not all of its components with it. Seems fair enough, right? What do you say?
I reach over and shake his hand.
All right. So you got 5,000 that he hopes you spend here.
Okay. So I walk over and put the Sprite in the shopping cart.
With tongs.
I saw what happened to Vidar.
Vidar's like, I don't like it.
I reach up and pat his shoulder, and I'm like, thank you.
You're welcome. I have distaste for the Fae.
Well, I don't particularly want the bad mojo of leaving it here, so
You can, when you get
you
close
don't
enough
know
to
what
it,
it did to deserve its fate.
That is true.
they're not letting it sleep.
You can almost hear it just like. Who are you? Hello. And it's like ding 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 ding, knocking on the glass, but it's like really really quiet.
I go back over and I'm like, I want to poke it back.
Oh my god! I hand it to Astrid.
You start tinking on the glass, and the little like sprite puts his hands up to his ears. He's like, "Oh my god! Don't bang on the glass! You're so big."
You know what?
Yeah, well, you're little.
You know what? Astrid likes it, so I gave it to Astrid. I will buy it. It's a gift for you.
Oh my god.
Okay, so yeah, it's 500 for that.
Now I have a fucking Fae in a glass jar. What do you eat? Pink, 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 pink.
Hope and dreams.
Nah, Luma Lee.
It's a little Luma Lee.
I didn't realize that this was Luma Lee. There is no sunshine, only darkness.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, 4,500.
There's drones here. You can get an 8-inch by 8-inch drone for another 500, or you can minimize it for a ×5 modifier to get a mini one. There's Geiger counters, Explorer pack, Dungeoneers pack, Thieves tools, Tinkerers tools, Smith tools, Cartography, Climbers, Forgery kit, Healer's kit, Poison kit, and Disguise kit, which is
what about grenades?
Forgery. There is grenades. You want some grenades?
I'm thinking about some grenades.
You want some grenades? I got grenades, my friend. Granada. Yes, we have.
Granada. Grandiose.
Let's see, where are they? I'm scrolling. Grenades. The ones that they have that are legal are magnotrips. So it's essentially you throw them down and it grabs enemies in an area. Thermite, which is we've seen them in previous seasons. They
yes, we have.
Explode and
they're so useful.
They'll block off a little area, 10 by 10 area, I believe, like a little square of fire. Fragmentation, classic. Cryo grenades, demolition man type shit. Instantly freeze people. Slow them down at least. If they super fail their save, they're, I think, frozen. Ionized chaff grenades. So if someone's sending drones after you, if someone's heavily cybernetic like Motoko, or if let's see, someone's controlling like an android or a vehicle or something like that, it'll fuck with all that shit. And it gives you noise to doing anything hacking if you're in a chaff grenade. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're in that area, you have disadvantage on anything with the computer. Stun and flashbang, which can be useful. And then finally, last but not least, of the legal grenades, Sonic Screamer, which is exactly what it sounds like. It makes very loud noises that hurts people. Thunder damage.
And how much of the thermite and the Sonic Screamer?
Thermite is 250 per, and the Sonic Screamer is also 250 per.
Okay.
Same with the cryo grenades. Those are like the kind of the high class, top tier grenades.
Let's see. I will get 3 of each.
All right. Do you need math on that, or?
I'll just hit the calculator here.
No, okay. I was just curious if you need me to do it or if you already had it pulled up. I think it's 2,250.
There, you said they're 250 each?
Yeah, 250 each.
That's 1,500.
1,500.
250 each. How many are you getting? Three
thermite,
each.
3 sonic grenade, three sonic screamers, so 6 grenades total.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were getting 3. Oh, my bad. I added the cryo grenades in there. Duh.
Yeah, no cryo grenades, just sonic screamer and thermite.
Yeah, so you have 3 of each of those guys, and they're legal grenades, but they're still grenades, which means just like going into the clubs and stuff. If you had them on you, people would take them and put them in like a weapon locker, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I stow them in my bag of holding.
Fadar.
Perfect.
Yes.
Since I gave Astrid 500, here's 500 for you.
Well, thank you.
Wait, when did you give me 500?
When I bought you the spray,
The
it
fairy.
was $500.
Oh.
We both knew that you were getting this.
I will apply that to the 1,500 that I am paying the shopkeep, so I'm just taking 1,000 away from my gold.
Totally fine.
Astrid, is there anything else you actually need?
Not really.
What?
I think I'm good. I don't think I need anything.
Ding, 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 ding. One more thing, you could set me free.
If
you're gonna be a dick, I'm gonna keep you in here forever. So how about you shut up and let the adults do the adulty things, okay?
He's probably older than us. But...
I don't care. He is little. I could step on him.
You could try.
No. Let's not.
I like him less.
You know, you're still just in the shopping cart. I haven't paid yet.
You know what, little asshole? You're not getting out of there for a while.
And now you see why I have distaste for the Fae.
He's a butthead.
Actually, I turned to Astrid. Buying him is your choice. I no longer feel bad. He has used that up.
Oh, we'll still... See, that's the problem. Beware the Fae. See, as much as I want to be I'll let you go, but then, how do I know you're not just going to fucking rain down hell on everybody? Because Fae are little tricksy bastards. Put a weight on the bottle when you sleep for real.
Toss it into the river.
You guys don't even realize that this is the BB. Big Bad Evil. Yeah, BBEG.
Right? No, wait. I have a question. Can I add him to my gray bag of tricks?
No.
Damn it!
I mean, you could put him in there. The bag would hold him in there, but it wouldn't change anything magically. Because the gray bag of tricks isn't like a dimensional hole. It's just got these little weird fur balls in them that you throw in and then become animals. So you could put them in there, and then accidentally grab them and throw them. Like if you like rolled a 1. No, I'm just kidding. That shit would be great.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm
like,
free!
and he's like, woo! You're like, real quick, could you just hurt that thing for a second? Thanks, bye.
I feel fine.
Yes, beware the Fae, especially when you make them angry.
Feeling's like, why get it? Because Astrid has a soft spot for little asshole things in captivity. I don't like that giggle, Woodrow. You're making me really want to put this shit back.
At your own risk. So, I have a question. Given my connections, do I know anybody that is a purveyor of the illegal grenades? Do I have a connection for that, or would I have to risk talking to this person and perhaps finding out about them?
You mean risk talking to Rugold?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, let's see. Go ahead and roll me a... This would actually fall... Go ahead and roll me a history check.
I can do that. Let's see. That is a total of 17. 12 plus 5.
A total of 17.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll say during your time here and your artificing and stuff, you like maybe have helped out a person here or there with their cybernetics, similar to how you've designed stuff for Astrid when she came to you to clean stuff. You've kind of done little favors for people here and there. I'll say that one of the Roaring Suns that you have dealt with could definitely get you a hookup on illegal grenades if you wanted them.
Okay. Then I will not. I will not risk talking to the shopkeep here. What I will ask the shopkeep about is Guznats. This person that made these. Do you have their contact information? I may want a commission.
I mean, when you talk about stereotypes and the unfortunate ones my people have, they come from a real place. And well, let's just say he's not fun to deal with. His temperament is aggressive, always. He likes torturing, but it's just the goblins that he cleans up. He works for the Orcish Waste Department. He collects Orcish tech and scraps it so it doesn't pop up little goblin hordes here and there. And those little fuckers get bad. They turn into hobgoblins. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
How long have you been working with this person?
Oh, probably like about a year. Every now and then he comes and drops these little things off. So far, 2 of them have sold. And he keeps bringing me them, and one at a time, because he says it takes him time to perfect it. It's really creepy, but I mean, some people buy them.
So.
The Red District is bad, getting real bad with the goblins lately, actually.
Is that where he operates out of, the Red District?
Correct, yeah. That's where his waste department is.
Again, do you have contact info for this person? Do I need to look him up?
I mean, I do, but everything I just told you, you should probably not. But I mean, if you don't like your day and you want to waste a lot of time, and sure, here. And he sends you this contact information for the waste department.
All right. You said Goblin Waste Department? Is that what you said?
Yeah. See if I can actually find this.
I was gonna ask Woodrow.
Yeah.
Can I do an insight check on the Fae to see if I get the idea that if I let him go, he's gonna be a dick to me, or?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Can I help? Because I'm a +5.
You can actually, if you want to roll and give advantage, like you guys are sort of like interrogating it. That's totally fine.
Okay. Are you
I
rolling?
I using one die, I got a 24. So, and oh my god,
then, yeah.
I rolled a 19 on both my d20s. So 24.
Okay. So, with that, you get the sense that this thing actually does want to be helpful, but it's on the brink of just like its wits are at the last tether of everything it knows. It's on the verge of having a psychotic break, essentially. You can see it in its eyes. Like when you get really close and start interrogating it, it's holding a calm composure at times and like yawning and stuff, but its eyes, they're shaking, and not only are they shaking and vibrating, but they're darting here and there, looking at from you to Motoko as they shake in place. You get a sense that it just wants out. Like it doesn't.
Out of the bottle or out of the shop?
Out of the bottle. Like it's compelled to be awake, and it looks like it would be very thankful to whoever let it out, but it's just on the verge of going insane.
So I wanna like I'm walking around and I'm talking loudly like, oh, shut up, you're gonna be in here forever, blah blah blah. But like I like walk farther away so the shop owners can't overhear me, and I just kind of whisper to him. I was like, hey, just play along long enough for me to get you out of here, and then I will let you go. But like, fucking play cool.
It drops down to his knees and like almost goes with his hands out like some sort of like communion or something. And just like,
He is praying to Astrid.
So it's called the Biohazard Disposal and Waste Management in the Red District. That's where he works. Just
okay.
For the.
We're not going there with you. I just wanted you to know that.
I mean, it doesn't sound like fun. Go hang out.
Nope, I'm going to force you to go. You will be the person talking.
Vidar's like, I don't have good people skills. I need somebody else to go.
No, I just want to torture Motoko.
You don't have good people judgment. That's why you decided this was a good idea. So, Woodrow, I had a question.
Yep.
Oh, I'll read it. Phonic Cipher and Voice Modulator are software. Is that correct?
So Phonic Cipher is. Voice Modulator is actually a little bit of cyberware that goes into your voice and is like connected to your vocal box. The Phonic Cipher is just a program.
Okay. So I need you to interpret my sheet and tell me if I have any room for anything.
I think you have room for one, but I will look.
I just want to make sure before I buy these things.
No.
Never mind, because if I only have one room, it's going to be probably the holographic, which is an implant.
Yeah, you get all these subdermal implants similar to Astrid has, so you get like those every now and then where the seams on your body meet. If you want, you can have like little fucking hologram lights that are
exactly. This is entirely for rave benefits.
Yeah. Phonic Cipher. Is there anything you want to do, Vidar, in contacting that guy, or do you just want his contact information?
I'm gonna hold on to the contact information for the time being. Vidar is just always curious to investigate other quote unquote artificers. Now is this person is Guznats the Guznats
I'm sorry, the name is so good.
Is he responsible for the little sprite in the jar, or is that somebody else?
You have room for two more, Sai. Sorry,
Who put the sprite in the jar?
No, he wasn't the one who did that.
Okay.
This seems to be Actually, go ahead and give me a investigation check, since you're looking for who put it in there. And then I need to go into your sheet real quick. But yeah, you have 2 more spots. You have max
15.
of 7.
Okay.
15.
15 on the investigation. 12 plus 3.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna look at your sheet real quick and see if there's information on here that I put, because my documents are crazy fucking, like Google Docs is going crazy right now. Somehow D&D Beyond's faster. 15. You do find some kind of signature on there, but it's just simply Nightsbane.
Nightsbane?
Nightsbane. And something about it rings a bell, but you cannot put your finger on it.
Alright, so Nightsbane put the pixie in the jar.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a D&D version of that old song, Whiskey in the Jar.
Pixie in the jar.
Black voice. Okay, yeah. Totally doable. And that would max you out, but you can't do it. And I'll remind me to add it to your sheets. I'll make a note right here just in case I forget.
And you can, I mean, since we have Shelly, if I want to remove something in the future that hasn't like chopped up and replaced something else, like I could have the holographic stuff removed, is my point, right?
Yeah, you can. It's so things in this. It's been so far in the future that things have become modular like that. Yes, because especially with you, specifically because you are a cyborg, but even with people, like you can get clone organs and body parts and surgeries using like things from different worlds. Like, so we have something here that uses like pig bladder that helps regenerate things. So it's similar to that, but you can actually get like organs taken out and cybernetic put in, and then cybernetic put out and organs regrown and shit like that. It's expensive, but you can do it with all this tech.
When she replaced my arms, could she have like frozen my arms? Because she replaced my arms.
You technically would have already had cosmetic cyborg arms because you picked cyborg, so you're like most of your external stuff is cybernetic, except for like whatever you don't want to look cybernetic. It would be like synthetic skin because you picked
and a
the
whole
cyborg,
lot of
so
organic left to you.
Yeah, that's why you can have the max cybernetics without having to worry about your constitution.
Okay.
If someone, anyway.
Then could she have saved my old stuff? Is my point, so that if I ever decide,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't want to have to rebuy my arms.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, you totally have them in your apartment. You know, she gave it back to you.
In a display case.
Yeah, in a display case.
The long arm of the law.
Okay, so is there anything else that piqued anyone's interest for shopping while you're
I need to haggle these prices, unless there is no haggling. Up to you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's see. Can you give me a total of what everything? Because you had the prices. Can you give me a total of everything you've got so far? Because there's that plus
40,
the
43.
Was that plus the sprite? Or are you not?
Yes,
adding
that's with the sprite.
Okay, 43. Okay, go ahead and give me another persuasion, deception, or intimidation check.
Okay.
Whichever you prefer.
Before we kind of wrap up in the store, they don't happen to have any monk weapons in here, do they?
You actually don't see a lot of that in here. They do have some sword stuff, and like another bow staff, like what you have, similar. That doesn't expand, but it's like a synthetic graphene bow. And some other things like that, but nothing crazy here. Actually,
better than what I have or anything.
No.
Okay.
They do have upgrades that you can get on weapons, like custom stuff. So you could get like your bow staff turned into adamantine, or start adding masterwork to it. So if you want a +1 on your bow staff, you can, or you can start masterworking weapons, which is kind of unique because every company has once you get a masterwork weapon, it gets +1 to attack and damage, and it also gets like a little secondary effect. Like some weapons, I can't remember which company, but one of the companies gets criticals from 19 to 20 on their firearms. And
right, I'm actually
one of the
looking
companies.
at that.
Yeah, yep. So if you get a masterwork weapon from them, or upgrade your weapon to masterwork, which is 3,000 for a +1, and then 6,000, then 9,000 as you go up. Yeah. So you could do that too.
So I guess my Sang Falcon already crits on 1920, since it's a Sang. Is that right?
If you increase it to the first quote unquote level of masterwork, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right now it's a quote unquote mundane Sang pistol, so it doesn't have the masterwork benefit. If
I upgrade my staff to adamantine, does that get rid of the collapsible nature of it?
No, actually it doesn't. And what it would add, I think adamantine, it does double damage to structures, and I think possibly something else. It might do something with bludgeoning damage, but I'm not sure. I'd have to go digging again.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Crits on 1920 and deals double damage to structures.
Yeah, there you go. So it's the 19 and 20 for bludgeoning weapons.
Okay. Okay. Let's haggle, and my goal is to adamantine my quarterstaff and my my baton. I think.
Okay, so that's baton? Yeah, that would be an extra grand then on the total.
Yeah.
So it's 5.
53.
Yeah.
Out of the 5,000 they just gave me. So basically, I'm trying to make this even Steven.
Gotcha.
That's my target.
All right. So I'll let you roll first before I roll.
Hey, Astrid. Pop a tit.
Okay. No, I'm not popping at that, but...
What the fuck? This die has rolled a 19 3 times in a row.
It happens. I rolled 2 20s on a disadvantage before. And no one
was
believed
that in that fight last time?
Oh, that's happened when I was DMing, yeah. When I was DMing. And then there's also... when I was playing, that happened at the table. Like, I rolled in front of everyone, and everyone was just like, what the fuck? No, the fuck? And so it happens. It's happened on streams I've watched, too. It's fucking crazy.
So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try deception. Talking down the stuff a little bit. I mean,
deception. Okay.
This adamantine looks like a alloy with tin.
These cybernetic parts look heavily used.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Look at this wiring. What a small child.
And what's the total? Because he's rolling with the +8. Your total was 24 with the 19.
22.
22. Okay. So with +8, 19. So that's 27. So he looks at you and he goes, I already gave you enough store credit. That would be me just breaking even. So I gotta make a little bit on this transaction. Okay. So 5,300 it is.
All right. This time. I want a 10% off coupon for next time. Yeah, you know the funny part, Woodrow? I rolled the other die to see if I could get a 20.
Got a 19.
It rolled a 19 as well.
Yeah. It happens.
That's twice I've rolled with advantage using these 2 d20s, and twice they both came up 19s. In a row.
Weighted die.
I know. Shae bottom. So yeah, blame her.
You guys go ahead and get out of the shop with all of the stuff you came to buy.
Hold on. I wanted to ask a question about this elemental augmentation. Can that be applied to the chainsaw on my brute dynamics, like the chainsaw bayonet on my brute dynamics gun?
Where are you seeing that? Just out of curiosity.
I'm looking at the main page of the season 3 Dice Dames and Dudes thing. Where is it?
And
looking at it.
What sort of
firearm upgrades?
Okay. Let me go.
Underneath weapon company staples, the next section down here, are different upgrades you can buy for certain firearms.
I believe it's for ammunition only, so not the chainsaw.
It says to a melee weapon only, or to a says can add 1d6 acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, and thunder to a melee weapon.
Then yeah, you could do it to the chainsaw.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about a ammunition upgrade, but if it's for melee, then yeah, it would go for the chainsaw.
And how much is that? And do they have that here? I guess is my question.
You could get that done here. And it's adding a D6, so it would be similar in the vein of a smart round modification. So let me go to their melee weapons. Would be about, because it's a mechanic and moving, so they could. It'd be a run at about 800 gold for that on that specific thing, because it's a moving blade essentially. It's not a like these are normally done for like katana type shit and stuff like that.
Sure.
Usually something's built into the hilt to either shoot fire or electrify it or shoot acid, sort of as you're attacking.
Okay. And do I just choose one, or can it be switched?
No, you choose one, and that's what is installed. And it's not magic; it's a mechanical thing. So like it can't be counterspelled, or it works in anti-magic fields and all that shit. So
excellent. All right, then yeah, I'll go ahead and do that, and I think I'll go ahead and do acid.
Nice, good choice, especially for people.
Yeah,
in power
you
armor.
should totally do acid.
Yeah,
Sorry.
a whole sheet,
bro.
All right, so you said 800 gold?
800 gold.
Okay.
And it's only day 5, so you guys don't have to pay quote-unquote living expenses until day 30, so you still got plenty of time to stack up that cash.
All right, just removed 800 gold from my inventory.
Oh yeah, rock on.
And so now the my chainsaw gets a when I use it, it's a D12 plus strength slashing damage and a D6 acid damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing is turned into a beast now because your auto fire with it gets the D12 added in like a brutical critical. So yeah, that thing just blows people to shreds. Because you got a masterwork weapon as a gift from, or well, it's not masterwork. Sorry, it's custom. It has the benefit, but I don't think it has the +1 for masterwork because Vervok made it for you essentially.
Yeah.
So Woodrow, I'm putting in our DM group just notes for what I bought. One of them was already in the list of items that I could add, so I did. And I told you about that, and I told you the 2 that weren't.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Really quickly, no. I'm not going to put you on the spot like that, but don't forget that you'll have to figure out what languages this phonic cipher has in its database.
Oh, it's actually really easy. It has everything but primordial, abyssal, celestial, Gnosian, Fae, and the esoteric languages. It has like all of like the species languages and shit, except the ancient dead one, Gnosian. So you don't have the magical languages, and you don't have the magical creature tongues like primordial, celestial, abyssal, and Fae. But you've got almost everything else. So if you look at writing or hear a creature talk to you, you'll get a little, basically, caption of what they're saying.
Cool.
Now, that being said, there are, if you encounter a race on a planet that hasn't been discovered, so there's narrative things where, you know, it might not translate, but for the most part, like any document or something like that that's widely available, you'll be able to read. Or if you hear typical people speaking in a city. But if you're on some alien world somewhere far off, there's a chance it might not be in the cipher.
No, I
just
get
so
it.
you're aware. Yeah.
At which point I'd have to intuit it out, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Cool. I just I think that knowing languages is probably going to be to our benefit. So.
Mm-hmm. Faux show. So, I want to know, Astrid, as you leave, do you let the Faye out of the jar. Do you let the cat out of the bag?
So I want to get a good distance away from the shop, just so he doesn't like instantly get recaptured. And then right before I
Before you
jar,
let that thing out, little creature, do you know who put you in this jar?
Yeah, she's a real cunt.
That does not surprise me. Do you know the name of the person that...
I don't know.
The entity?
Her eyes were off. Her skin was kind of like yours. She had 2 extra arms and went by Nightsbane. But that's all I know. In the area, most of my people avoid her little grove. But sometimes we get to drinking and partying in our little festivals, and people wander off, and smells of really good, delicious things guide you into places you shouldn't probably go.
Like elderberries?
No, ew. They have personalities and names. I don't eat elderberries. Savage.
Could you pinpoint the area where you were captured? I'm bringing up like a little map.
It's in the Fae, so it's not on any map you'd have here. But if we ever were to go to the Fae, I could show you where it was. As long as I'm still around, I'm not like dead or something.
Well, don't die. That's not the goal.
I appreciate the information. I have been in that area, and I am not a fan. Thank you for the information.
He's looking at you with his eyes like darting back and forth. He's trying to keep them focused on you, but they keep going to Astrid and going to Motoko, and then like in a bird that flies by, and then back to you. No problem. That's what I'm here for, to help.
So I ask him, what, like, just real quick, what's your name? Dude,
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Has it been that long? How long have you been in here?
You start to lose count after months, but a long time.
Okay. Well, I don't see a reason to keep you in here, so I'm gonna let you go. Just one thing. Don't make me regret it, okay?
I promise.
I don't know how much a promise from a fae is worth.
I am reassured.
I know, right? I feel so much better. I open the jar.
All right, so you pop it open, and he shoots out, flies around you, and you can see like the pixie dust sort of like falls and immediately disappears around you. And you get like kind of like a weird. It's hard to explain. You know, like when you walk from a hot place to a cold place, and you can feel distinctly the hot and the cold transition. It's like that. Like for a moment, it almost feels you're aware of the heat from all of the planar shift stuff that's going on, and then you feel this cool breeze of air as it goes up and sort of nestles in the little opening of your ear. Sort of rests in your ear like it would on the crescent of like the moon, the crescent moon or something. With his like leg hanging out. Nice. On one of your ear sides, and you begin to hear like.
Oh, he's asleep.
But it's after a while it kind of goes into a white noise. It's not loud and obnoxious in your ear. It's just like in the background. It's like ambient noise.
I like it. So I've decided I have a new ear cuff.
I buy you the best jewelry.
Right. He's great.
Also, Vidar, before we
Yes.
wrap up, as you're sort of putting notes in from all the stuff you've learned here, you actually have. Let me see if I can find the notation here. Where did it go? All right, I guess this got deleted. Essentially, I'll have to go look up the guy's name, but you get a invitation to a artificing convention. It's sort of like an underground artificing convention, and this one specifically mentions things of the arcane and esoteric nature. So the whole vibe of it is illegal. Let me see if I can find this guy's name.
So you posted on Craigslist.
No, he sent it specifically to Vidar. Somehow this guy must know a little bit about Vidar or something along those lines, which Vidar has done things for people here and there and had conversations, so small little things can get out. That's how he was found for your job.
Of course, I am immediately suspicious of this.
Of course.
Do I recognize the name, or does this seem to be coming out of the blue?
So the name is Flux Scatterforge. That name you do recall hearing in the days before everything happened and when you lived back on Utani, way back in the day. He's a long-lived Dwemer. He's a dwarf. He is known for... He's been arrested 1 or 2 times for his Magitech dealings and trying to sell it on quote-unquote create his own black market. But that was a long time ago. That was before everything happened with you. That's kind of how you heard of his name. But seeing it here in an underground artificing competition is interesting. There's actually a couple other people signed up. There's a Mr. Farclay that is signed up, and you see Guts Nats on there.
Interesting.
Damn guy.
Mr. Farclay and Nats. Okay. And you say convention or competition?
It's like a artificing competition where you guys. It's like a science fair, but it's all underground, and it is in a competitive nature. But it is kind of like a science fair where you're showing off what you can do with the esoteric and the technological.
And when is this competition?
Looks like about 3 weeks away.
Okay. Are there guidelines for what can be made, or is this freeform?
Freeform artificing, the only things is that it has to be Magitech. It cannot be, you can't forge an artifact. There has to be mechanical components, technological components of it. So you couldn't make a magic artifact device or something like that. How in your artificing you can make a bag of holding. You couldn't bring that in.
Right.
But you have to make something to bring in, which you could do some of your artificing stuff. Some of that stuff might, your power armor and stuff, you could enter that if you wanted to, or you could come up with something on completely unique. Say, I want to make a device that does this. You can look at spells on your own time when if you have downtime and don't want to look at spells, you can, and kind of come up with something if you want, or just come up with a generic idea. It's totally up to you. But yeah, you can totally enter something as long as it mixes those two components. But it's free form other than that.
Okay. And you said it's 3 weeks away?
Yep, correct.
And does it say where?
There is a location. So let me pull this up real quick. Referred to as Dreamland, which you would know is actually out in the outskirts past the Barrens and Paradise Slums up by the mountain. It is a sort of nomad settlement of all kinds of outcasts that aren't gang related. A lot of these outcast settlements tend to have some sort of gang tie or something along those lines, but Dreamland is just straight up bunch of hippies want to go live in the desert, and there's criminals among them, but it's pretty much the Wild West and peaceful for what it is.
Okay. Interesting. I will. I make notes of that, and I make notes to ask Vervok what he knows about Scatterforge and what he's heard of him recently.
So, as you guys all kind of conclude the shopping, I'll roll for the or I'll throw in the random encounter next episode as you guys all get together. I already have it selected and written down. It just would have interrupted what everyone was doing so far, and we think we were getting a lot of stuff done. So as you bring up that name to Vervok, when you guys all kind of go about your separate ways, he goes, Scatterforge. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Real piece of work. He's all of the... When people say that corporate expansion is bad, he's all of the reasons why. He has no regard for other people or environments or anything other than him. Even himself, he doesn't really... It's just his legacy that he cares about. If he dies, he's fine as long as everything he's done carries on. He still talks about being arrested for his little tinkering back in the day.
Any reason why he would be holding a competition for artificers?
Oh, you got one of his little invites, huh?
I did.
They could be fun. You could learn some things. If you do go into that, I would suggest you do not give him access to anything you want to keep to yourself. Don't do it.
Also, don't drink the drinks.
Is there information to be gained? Is there anything else to be gained from this?
So he has a little band of corrupt judges that he offers prize money, but the judges give him the money every year. It's usually around 10,000 credits, just recycled to get people to come out so he could steal their inventions. But maybe there's a way to change that.
Build in a self-destruct.
No. But he's like, maybe you could think of a way to knock the socks off him. I've seen some of the stuff you've made. When we were talking back in the day, you understand a lot of this stuff better than I do, even. So, well, certain things, the portal thing is, I've got pretty much unlocked. That's my specialty. But outside of that, I've seen you do some things I don't understand.
Well, it's 3 weeks away, so I have some time to plan. And it is out in Dreamland. I don't know if you've been in that area before.
Dreamland? I don't actually know anything about that.
Fairly lawless area. Not shocking, considering what you've just told me.
Yeah, he needs those places, so that's not shocking at all.
It's something I will have to think about and perhaps find something. There might be good information. Do you think he would have any information regarding the current situation with our world? What we've been talking about before.
I mean, I'm not really sure. It depends on what other artificers are there and who comes and I would assume possibly because with this happening, I'm sure people are gonna be using these elemental rifts in their research in some way, shape, or form. So there could be, but possibly not. It just depends on who shows up.
Okay. And there's definitely something to consider. I'm curious if any of these artificers will be using Abyssal in their work.
That's a good angle. Maybe we might run into something. And he points to that paper you gave him with that. And he's like, "Yeah, I like where your head's at."
It's something to think about. In the meantime, I will try to figure out something that I am not afraid to lose. Something I don't plan on keeping.
Well, I might be here for at least another week, so if you want my help, just ask.
I
Maybe
will.
we can think of something.
I am still curious about that book that you brought as well.
Yeah. That thing holds a lot of power from what they told me. So.
Did you find that through one of the rifts?
No, so he actually told you in the past that he was given that by the natives when they first met, when he made contact with them to investigate the portals.
Right.
They gave it to him as sort of like it's something from their past they don't really do anymore. To them, it was more symbolic at the time that it was given. But as he was looking into it, because it wasn't, he's not the one who opened it. It was given to him, and then he had to give it to his bosses, essentially, as evidence and stuff of his findings. And then his boss at the time, who pushed for all this stuff when it happened, after the project was successful, he broke open a bottle of Dwemer wine and toasted and went into his office to read this book. But all they found was the book shut on his desk and him immolated in his chair. And if they look at the cameras, essentially he opens the book, spontaneously combusts, then the book shuts itself with a thud, a heavy slam.
That's right. I do have a note that the book tends to burn people.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine.
Which he did mention. He said that the book, is very dangerous. And
all right. And we'll have to do some research on the book to see if it can be opened without causing incineration.
So, Ravok tells you that there is a way. He talked to some of the people that were still living in the area after that incident before he had run into you. And one of their elders was able to open it back in the day, and they said that he could forge powerful allies out of fire itself. Sort of what the book is, sort of an instruction manual for creating, for making the element of fire your ally, essentially.
And did he give any indication on how to do that exactly?
You had to be, they used the word enlightened, but I believe they meant just wise. You have to know the inner workings of the arcane that you're reading. There's other things I've worked with that people read it and it tears at their brain. We refer to it as psychic lashings. This could be similar to that, but in an elemental fashion. I've never experienced anything in this form, but similar with the psychic energies of people trying to comprehend the arcane that they are not yet ready for.
I see. All right. Do I have like a library of stuff that I can do some research on dealing with psychic backlash and forging allies out of fire, dealing with elementals?
Yeah, so go ahead and make a note of that on your sheet. So psychic, I'll make one too. Psychic lash and forging elementals. But yeah, you definitely can, and we'll probably pick up with that next time when we come back for the next episode of Dice Names and Dudes.
Okay. Research resources for psychic backlash and forging allies out of fire. Got it.
Oh yeah.
Oop. Nice.
You guys got a lot of information in this one. I hope people were taking notes or go back and rewatch it.
Oh yeah. I will go back and rewatch and refine my notes.
You guys put your feet in a lot of stuff in this episode. You got a bunch of names, bunch of tethers. You guys kind of got them a little closer than I thought you would earlier. So this should be interesting. I'm excited to start rolling with these punches and see what you guys do, doing the improv stuff. So, oh yeah.
By the way, after we left the store, can I send the shit to Mez?
The
info from the...
Oh, from Etrian, that you got from Etrian? Yes, yeah, you can.
From the guy's rig.
Oh, shit, yeah, the Florian's rig. Okay, I thought you meant the extra stuff you found out about Quay. But yeah, no, you can send him all that stuff.
That's fine. And Luke, I need to commission Vidar to make me a belt pouch of holding.
Can I make something permanent like that, Woodrow?
So you can, but for you to do it outside of your actual class, so you can only have, I think, one of the same things on at a time, I believe. I don't think you can make two of the same artificer things. I'm not sure.
So since you made one of your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if it works. But if you want to try and make like a bag of holding that you could give to Motoko, you could. It would just take a lot of time, because crafting magic items that are just magic, like that, it takes a pretty penny in both time and resources, which you can pay out in credits to buy them. So,
because my bag of holding is technically an infusion, it's replicating a magic item. I'm not actually. It's not like a magic item that is. It's an infusion, technically. Okay, so it would just take time.
It's like a low effort bag of magic holding that uses his resources. So like if he were to try and add something else to his suit, he would have to take the magical resources that bag is taking up and turn it into something else, essentially. So his are sort of built around his suit. But he can try to make one outside of that. It just would be expensive.
Well, how much are they in this world?
I actually have to look, because there's no price in the world for them. I have to go into D&D and figure out the timetable and the level of the item and all that stuff, and actually do some math. So.
Okay, I'm making a note.
Well, it's not super high on my list. I was just curious because I know you have one, and I haven't heard mention of them anywhere else, so I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, no, they're not, and they're not anywhere else really. The only other one that exists is the one that Shelly has, because she was with the Dwarven Corpos, and she had gotten one in her time serving with them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, everyone.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
I'm gonna stop sharing this shit now.
Information is power.
It is. Yep. Okay. Sorry, I just hear all the typing and got distracted.
You're good.
Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you guys being here. Of course, we have the people that always stick around for the whole thing. Some person, Flying Feline. You guys were epic. Prog G was in there for a bit. Who else did we have? We had Fanta for a little bit. It was nice seeing you, Fanta. I think that's everybody that I can see, unless I missed somebody. But thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. Thank everybody for watching on X and other places, Twitch and all that. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie or Valkyries Play, where we are. I remember now. Make sure you sub to Valkyries Play. Make sure that you hit the bell or whatever other notification you need, and so you don't miss when we have these shows. And we will see you guys Friday for my birthday. We're gonna have a celebration. We're gonna have a bunch of giveaways. It's my birthday. But yeah, we're gonna give away a whole bunch of stuff and hang out and drink and all kinds of stuff. So make sure that you don't miss it. And we will see you guys.
We're 5 years old now.
We
Yes,
are.
in person, this is the Six Flag commercial music.
We're 5 years old now. That's awesome. All right. Thank you, Shae.
Bye, everybody.